Well, I mean, aside, you're a faggot, Harry.
Even that's a meme.
You know what? That would have been funny.
Oh, we're on?
We're good? Alright, cool.
Hi guys.
Hello,
Hey.
everyone.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
If anyone wants, just as a very quick thing, if anyone wants snacks, I have like a massive bag of snacks.
Good, you'll need bribes. Anywho. Oh, yeah, that's right.
For
Anyway,
chips and stuff, we've got a bowl.
welcome everyone. Welcome to my second try at this. Hopefully it's much better than the first. I'm your DM, Michael. We've got Jessica here. We've got Ben.
Yo.
We've got Adam. And we've got Gavin.
Yep. As well as our corner gremlin. She's over there.
And our corner grub one.
Yeah,
That's a good question.
Just say hello in the chat. It's fine.
Now, if
I
you,
think they want to see more than your hand.
now,
If
if you weren't watching last week, we had the prompt of horror
Horror.
being pulled. And I, the one who does not watch horror films, was the one who had to make the horror theme. So this will be interesting. I have a few ground rules to do before we begin. First things first, just a few normal ones. 1, no fighting the DM. 2, if you want to, I'll be happy for suggestions or opening if I've done something wrong or there's a reason why I haven't done it wrong. I'm happy to be corrected. To show me, source material. Or,
Improvement.
I'm happy for improvement. 2, essentially, no puns at the table. We have a friend who does that a lot, and yeah.
Starting to grate.
3, bribing the DM with donuts and things like that certainly does help your case.
Don't pretend to.
Just
Don't pretend to.
But
Especially if
Anyway,
it's
But
alcohol.
the main thing is, we're playing a horror-based game, and there might be a room in here that I've got planned which could be slightly graphic. So my players here, as well as you, the audience, if you feel anything is a bit too much, let me know. They can give me a prompt. I'll turn it down because horror obviously does have that tendency of blowing the line a bit.
Controversy.
Yeah, it's controversial.
Nothing
and
too graphic in here. It's just it could be for some. So that's a suggestion. So let me know. I'm always happy to tone down if it means people can enjoy a bit more. Anywho, before anyone else, does anyone else have anything to say, or shall we begin?
No, I think we're good to
Yeah.
go.
I'm fine.
We have no announcements yet.
Yet.
Announcements. I'm a male. Anywho,
I'd hope so.
and I'm a nerd.
And signal. I can't say that word.
If they tell it enough, they'll believe it. Anyway, so we begin. The night is clear, the moon is full. Each and every one of you have been travelling alone, moving from place to place, never really staying or settling down as you wish not to be bound. You all met to run downtown of Shimmermore. When you're getting there, you all collectively notice, as you've come in at different times, that the place looks very run down, very dilapidated. There are tiles coming off of roofs. The plants look to be skirting life and death as they look to be sickly but not wilting. And you all sort of turn to the most well-kept place in town, which is called the Bender's Barrel Inn and Tavern, which you all know has a reputation of serving some of the best cider this side of the continent. You all make your way inside, and you notice the tavern keeper, which looks to be an older man, sort of his sickly form, very stringy, with practically like rags on his form, shows that he's had better days, as well as a little tuft of, hair on his chin. He looks you all over, and this is where we all begin.
Alright, well, this tavern keeper, when my character approaches, he'll see a very finely dressed young man, like black hair, very like short black untidy hair. He has deep purple eyes and very, very pale skin. He also has like this obsidian mask on his right hand side of the face, hiding some disfigurement.
Yes?
It's like, good evening, sir.
Sir is indeed what you'll call me right now. What can I do for you?
Well, I've been travelling and I'm wishing to stay for the night before I move on. Do you happen anything decent at all in this place?
You mean drink or accommodation?
Both would be preferable.
Well, we only have one real room at the moment. A few beds. It's more of a commingle place, you could say. But as for drinks, we have some good cider lying around.
Well, how about I buy that entire room for myself?
Sure. That'll be fine. That'll be 1 gold piece.
Yep, and he brings out this massive coin purse. It's like, this guy's noble, obviously, and brings out like this, looks at it like, this one, perfect for you. Puts it away.
At this moment, the rest of you all walk in. Collectively at the same time, as you've just seen the scene.
Interesting.
Tent it is. And I'll just leave.
It's like, right over camping.
Fair enough.
My character walks in and they're a rather tall person. It's kind of hard to tell whether they're male or female. Their armor kind of covers everything, and they give off this sort of almost a holy presence. And as they come in, they take off their helmet, and you see really, really short blonde hair. It's like been cropped really short with a dagger, and these really dark, almost red-brown eyes. And they move up to the front and they say, "Can I get a drink, please?"
Of course, what would you like?
Cider.
Of course, there'll be 1 silver piece.
Very well. She hands it over. Says,
Yeah.
"Thank you very much."
She hands you what looks to be a really nice, clear looking one. You know, sort of a nice depth to it. He hands it off to you. And what about you? I'm trying to see if you're male or female. Female.
You wouldn't be female, yes, but he wouldn't be able to tell you that.
Yes.
I'm wearing. It's like,
Miss or sir?
give me a drink as well, same as her.
Alright.
Then-
Whatever. Well, whatever gender that tall person in play is.
Ask for the same gold.
It was 1 silver piece.
Well, so, yeah, ask for the same silver.
She'll flick him a gold piece and well, they'll flick him a gold piece. And it's like, keep the change.
Why, thank you. He hands you the same thing.
What kind of cider are you selling tonight?
It's apple.
Very well, I'll have one of those. And if you can direct me to somewhere with accommodation.
We're the only inn in town, I'm afraid. Have you seen the rest of us? It's a bit of a crap fest.
Oh wow, okay. That's open.
No, it's all good.
My
Horror
character,
needs
as
You see his
They
one
hear
lazy
this?
eye
Yeah.
sort of just looking around at you.
what my character upon hearing this is just like.
Anyway, why are we here? This is out of character.
You're sort of just passing through town. There's the only real place for miles around.
It's a traveler stop, but a really shitty one.
Pretty much. Well, a small village, but more of a travel stop.
And
Alright.
he bought the last room to himself.
The
Yes, I
only
did.
room.
Yes, I did.
The last room, because I'm guessing the rest are full.
So you also pick up your mugs, you take it to your lips, and considering how long you've been travelling and how parched you are, you sort of down the whole thing. Weirdly enough, you all collectively start feeling quite woozy.
Oh goody.
Like,
This was-
really tired.
This was. Someone spiked the drink!
So at this point, you sort of just, sort of start stumbling down to his room, which you all know, weirdly enough, has 4 different beds all sprawled out, ready to go. You put all your, sort of
Well,
equipment down.
I bought this room, and I'm not drunk yet, so I didn't drink. And it's like, what do you people want?
The room.
It's mine. Sleep outside, and he closes the door.
Sure.
Don't let me in, you fucking bastard!
And I
That's
ignore it.
So you didn't drink the drink?
No.
Alright then. So at this point, you all sort of just collapse on the floor where you are, considering he wouldn't let you into his room. And I take it you'd probably sign off for the evening as well, wouldn't you?
I'll just make sure like things are all secure in my room because I'm that type of character.
Sure.
And so I'm gonna go investigation if that's okay,
Sure.
which is horrible with an 8.
It looks like a nice, warm room, It's actually probably really well kept, surprisingly enough. Nothing dilapidated on the walls. It's as if the barkeeper has really paid attention to this and sort of made it look as if it's the best place in town to stay and to do things, which is kind of true.
Then I will.
Bit of a low bar.
I'll try.
Really low bar.
Really low bar.
I'll look for the finest bed I can possibly find in this shithole.
It's in your room.
Yeah,
It's
in the
probably
room,
it's probably the one furthest away from the sort of door.
So I'm like, what a horrible place, but whatever. And I go to that one and sleep.
All right. So for the record, do you put your stuff off to the side and everything?
No, it's all in my bag of holding.
Or in your bag of holding.
Yep.
Very nice to know. Okay. When you all wake up, however, you find yourself in a setting you do not recognize. You see a dark, musty room that's, sort of carved out from rocky walls. You see wooden beams that sort of look rotten in nature. The air is quite acidic as well, and essentially you see the stench is almost unbearable not to see. Purple candles light the place. You see a wooden, sort of desk off to the side, a bookshelf, sort of along the side, as well as a really sturdy, nice-looking cabinet, sort of, with a door lobbed open in the corner. You look around on you, and each of you notice that none of your possessions are on your person.
Bugger.
Oh God, really?
None of my stuff.
Christ.
Wow.
Except for the clothes and armor on your back.
Okay.
It's
Well, I
like,
mean,
Does this
I
include
mean,
our
I mean,
weapons
my
and
hat
shields?
is next.
Include your weapon and shields.
Okay.
Well, I mean, at the very least, yeah, no, I'm carrying most of my stuff, so that's okay.
That was my main stuff, so.
And just like that, your journey begins. What would you like to do?
I'm like, if I ever find that barkeeper there, I will cut his throat.
Firstly, what doors are there in the room?
You notice that realistically it's just a cupboard off to the side, a desk sort of on the opposite side of that, and one door leading out forward.
Okay, I'm summoning my packed weapon.
Of course
The
you're-
first thing
course
I would like
you
to do is I would like to use my divine sense.
Sure.
So do I sense any celestials, fiends, undead, consecrated, or desecrated within 60
Ground.
feet?
Consecrated disconnect ground.
You do feel... What I'm going to say is this. You feel that... You don't feel any sort of undead, to your knowledge. You don't feel really any sort of demons or that sort of thing either.
Well, technically, probably she might sense a bit of demon from my character
Fine,
because
a
he was
bit demon?
possessed by a demon.
The demon from your character. But essentially though, rather than that, you just feel something really weird and different and alien. You can't quite put your finger on it, but the place is full of that sort of atmosphere.
Well, and it's like really dim light type thing, just the purple lights.
Really
like,
dim light.
Yeah, aside from the desk, closet, and door, is there anything else of note?
Bookshelf.
Bookshelf.
well,
Right.
I'm gonna
It looks
go.
to be quite full actually.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I'm going to...
Dancing lights, just to line the room a bit more.
That is fine.
Yeah, I'm going to examine the books, like the spines of the books, see what they are of.
Sorry, I had a thing. Roll me an investigation check.
Alright.
Wait, question. Just to begin with.
8.
You had the
8?
weapon of warning,
Yeah.
yeah?
Nothing.
Yeah,
If we were in... We are...
it's only for non-magical.
Non-magical. Were we non-magically asleep, or were
It
we
was-
magically knocked out?
You don't. Actually, you know that. Magically, you're
Okay.
knocked out.
Yeah,
Because if we were just asleep, it would have woken us up.
'cause, yeah, it
I'd like
magically
to
wakens.
investigate the wardrobe.
The wardrobe?
Yes.
You look inside and it looks very sturdy, quite big, but nothing really inside, quite blank.
I'm still gonna roll another investigation check to see if I find like secret ports or anything in there,
Sure.
and hopefully find when these creepy barkeepers took my stuff.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with Fey ancestry, though?
Fair ancestry?
I can't magically be put to sleep.
Same thing. You're a half of, yeah?
Yep.
He's the same. He can't.
I didn't
Well,
drink.
neither of you drank, so...
No, he drank.
Yeah,
I
I
did
drank.
drink.
Oh,
But you
he
guys
drank.
still ended up going to sleep at
Sleep.
night.
So it bypassed
Well,
that. That's
trancing,
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's fine. Better. So that is 16 on my investigation check.
So they are...
16?
Yes.
It's a normal cupboard.
So they...
But very sturdy though, weirdly enough.
So they took the bag of holding that was on me, yes?
Yes.
Same with mine.
The gnome is currently kind of sitting there, eyes wide and shaking rather violently.
Are you all right?
They took my stuff. They took my acid. They took my fire.
They took all of our stuff too. I've lost.
I'm going to fucking murder them!
I've lost gold. I've
There will
lost
be nothing
diamonds.
left!
Now, that's not very right. What we should do is take all their savings and then set them up to go to jail.
I can agree with the imprisonment part, but where does the taking all of their savings come in?
Well,
You people add in too many extra steps.
what I find is people always look out
They-
for themselves when it comes down to it.
They
So
stole my...
everyone is out for themselves, and I just want to be.
They took my stuff. I
Above
take their lives.
everyone
That's
else.
that's
You
how this
have a
works.
very warped perception of the world.
Is the door locked?
It is in fact locked. Yes.
Alright.
I knew I should have taken knock.
We can't pick this without
Well, I'll
tools.
say one thing is any items you would have on your pockets on your person, like just like sort of on your clothing, sort of like around, may still be on you except for weapons.
All right.
So
well,
for example, if you're a rogue, you notice that your lockpicks have not been touched
All right.
technically.
is my cane
Oh,
still
on,
there?
on my
Well, I
clo-
still have my holy symbol in.
on my clothing would be my hat and my spellbook.
You notice those are gone. He's not. The thing is not dumb. He'd been like, "That's a peculiar
I know,
looking hat
I
and a
know,
spellbook."
I know exactly. He's going to die. I am not joking. Shan will kill him.
Alright. I'm going to have a look at the cupboard. Does it seem to be locked?
Well, I just looked into that.
Nope, the cupboard's open, and so bookshelf you notice nothing. Cupboard you notice nothing. You do notice a nice desk sort of off to your left.
I'm gonna examine the desk.
Can I look at what kind of written text is actually in the bookshelf?
You notice that what languages does everyone read?
Abyssal,
Okay.
Common, and Celestial.
I can.
I've got Common, Elven, Infernal, Abyssal, and Deep Speech.
Wow.
I have common, gnomish, and draconic.
I've got common, elvish, dwarven, draconic, abyssal, and thieves' cant.
Only you would understand it. It is deep speech.
Okay. Had a feeling.
Fucking octopus mother. Shan is just out seething right now.
My character just reaches out and gently pets you.
Now,
on the head.
if you wish, though, you can again probably have another look over the bookshelf if you want. Because in this, I'm going to allow you guys to take multiple checks unless time is of the essence.
Alright.
I'm gonna check the desk.
I'm going to check the books then and go, oh, fucking course, it's Deep Speech.
Again, you don't need to, but it's just something you can do. I'm just enforcing that now as a thing.
I will spend a minute
Mm-hmm.
observing my compatriots.
You get
Mhm.
one. Because that's how that works. You spend 1 minute examining one
Doesn't say
closely.
Yeah,
It's a target creature.
So I'll probably go for you with the. So I saw you selling the pack weapon. So I want to go.
What shape's your packed weapon, by the way? Just
It's
for
a rapier.
a rapier. Okay, good to know.
Can I just?
So I need. So I want to know if he can be. If he has equal, superior, or inferior to my intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, class and level, if any, and if I learn anything from this, if I know anything from history.
I'd say
You get-
intelligence.
You
get
went to
two.
tell them two.
Yeah.
I'll
You tell me two
say
things.
his class is level 13, like you.
Mhm.
And what's your intelligence?
Um,
Well,
Is
let
that-
me see. My
Yeah.
bad.
It's you
You
don't tell them
say
the actual thing.
superior, inferior, or
Let me see
equal.
yours really quick.
Yep.
Inferior.
Hopefully.
Yeah, so equal.
I
and
would
inferior.
also like to put out that at the moment, while I'm conscious, you guys can add +4 to your saving throws.
Yeah. it's the aura.
You can't be charmed, and you can't be frightened while you're within
15 feet.
10 feet
Oh,
of
10
me.
feet.
Yeah, 10 feet.
10 feet. I forgot. It's 10 feet that
Is
goes.
While
10
I'm
feet off 15 that
conscious.
goes.
It is really good to know.
Yeah.
All right. So you're skimming over the bookshelf again.
Yeah.
Alright. Roll me your investigation again.
Alright.
I will try and investigate that cupboard wardrobe thing again.
2.
You get nothing.
I'm going to investigate the desk.
But you notice that the tiles of the books look pretty interesting. A lot of them are stuff like arcane law, biology, chemistry. It's a bunch of basic, really sort of knowledgeable based books that you could sort of say maybe a wizard or an alchemist or something like that would be
Science
really
and
interested
magic
in.
based stuff, in
Yes.
other words.
Well, I mean,
Exactly.
guess what I am both of.
Too bad you don't know deep speech.
Yeah, too bad. May I investigate the desk?
Yes, you can.
That's a 9. Yeah. That dice can go over there.
Sorry, let me just quickly get my thing up because I do have notes on this. I'm sorry, everyone. Okay, so with the desk, you notice it's sort of a mahogany-looking desk. The ground wood is lined with golden trim that has doves engraved into it. It has 3 golden raven sort of heads as the drawers, which you notice there are 3 of them, and the top looks to be closed with sort of a mesh-looking like cover, with sort of one singular eye-shaped lock.
Okay. If I were to test the drawers, are they locked?
The drawers are not locked, but you sort of notice that there's things like parchments and papers and, you know, inks.
Is that all that's in
That's
the drawers?
all in
It's
there.
it's just desk supplies.
So I'm going to go to the bookcase where our friend is.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, excuse us, sir, just need a moment. I'm going to say investigation, see if I can find any, like there's like a secret passageway behind the door or anything.
Sure, go for it. Even with the bookshelves.
Yeah.
Sure, go for it.
Nope, that is a 6.
You notice nothing out of place except for the fact they're all in deep speech. But bar that, you see nothing out of place, no triggers, no locks, no nothing.
So, I'm actually gonna stand up at this point and be like, so, since we're all in a strange place stuck together, what are all of your names?
Well, you can call me Count Ortix Wind Whisper.
Ortix.
Yes. Ortix.
It's a pleasure.
You may call me Sir Carl.
And you?
Shan is kind of too off in her own world to even hear or answer you at this point.
There's one.
She's I said she is just utterly seething with rage that her stuff was taken.
My
from
character is actually gonna prod you.
her. She's gonna
Name?
I'm Shan of the Alchemy Twins. Maybe you might have heard of me and my sister.
Can I roll a history on that?
Sure. Roll history.
And here we go.
That's a 1.
That's a nat 1.
Who?
But I have a +6 on history, so that's a 7.
You have heard nothing. In fact, for all you know, they could be really small time based alchemists. They could be talking bullcrap to you, you know, as well.
Sorry, I don't know of your expertise.
Damn it, she was in charge of that. She didn't advertise. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna find the person who stuck us in here and took our stuff, and I'm going to tear his head, his or her head from his or her shoulders.
Please,
Or
calm
it's
down.
or I don't.
Back in the right direction. Does anybody here know how to pick a lock?
I bet he does.
I could probably try to break the door down.
I bet he does. But before we do that, desk.
That is locked.
Yeah, maybe you know instead.
Bringing back to my point.
No, I'm saying that maybe instead of picking the door to the lock, we should pick the door to the lock to the desk.
What I was
The
saying.
door to the lock to the door.
Wow.
I never mentioned the door.
My character is gonna go up to the desk and she's gonna try and go and pull it out, just forcibly rip it open.
Okay, roll
I'm
me a
going
roll me
to
a-
take a step back.
roll me a
Shad's also gonna take a step back.
What is with my dice today? That's an 8.
Try that one instead.
It fails, but let's see something else here. High or low?
Hi.
Okay. You manage to try clinking it. You hear a bit of a... but nothing happens. Like, you know, sort of like a... sort of click... sounds of clicking and things moving and... but you just... of, you know, mechanisms. But
Can I try and investigate the mechanism?
sure. You can certainly do that.
Oh, that was actually really good.
Oh, that's a... Before I do
23.
anything else.
You know, this looks like a mechanism where, with the eye-shaped lock, the very people inside there, you sort of look inside and you see what looks to be something fairly sharp in there, hidden within the sort of desk. And you know for a fact that if you either tried to force this open and succeeded, or if you try picking it and you get it wrong, something will shoot out of there.
Okay. I'm gonna gesture for everybody to move to the side, and I'm gonna angle myself so that I'm basically side on, and I'm gonna try ripping it open again.
Sure.
Natural 20!
Alright, you move to the side and you just sort of go, and suddenly it just sort of, kind of, the mesh breaks off the hinges and everything. And then on the front of the desk, you notice what looks to be... What you notice, you find sort of a small pouch, a holy symbol on there of your god, but thankfully enough, you have one on you. You see additional lockpicks on there, as well as a note under what looks to be a full oil lantern.
So there's an oil lantern.
I'm going to pick up the note.
Mm-hmm. So do you open up and give it a read, I assume?
Yeah.
It says, "Welcome,
I'm worried
esteemed
about it.
guests. I can see you managed to open my desk that is, well, was, full of my personal effects. Congratulations, you already gotten further than the last people that have woken up in my humble abode. You're all probably wondering how you got here. Well, let's just say many hands make light work and leave it at that, yes? If you're looking for your own personal effects, I thought it wise to remove them from your person. Well, except for the gear you had on your back when you fell asleep into a deep, deep slumber. Where are they, you ask? Well, that would ruin the fun. Don't worry, however. Throughout this space, I've hidden all your precious items. I'm a fair person. If you find them and secure a safe passage, then I'll applaud you. With that said, I believe you're about to wake up, so I'll wrap this up. Make this entertaining now. Signed, ...
After reading that aloud, I'm just going to just...
Rage.
That sounds very much like somebody that my mother used to know.
I'm gonna go for I'm gonna go investigation check to see if there's like a secret bottom to this cupboard. There's
As you're about to say that, you do notice that something to sort of springs open really quickly, and you notice a key sort of is right there. Has like an eye on the pommel, is gold, and has two sort of twines kind of appendages going down the shaft.
Kind of like tentacles, maybe?
Kind of like tentacles, if you want to assume as such.
So that's like you got this is like a fake bottom of the cupboard, of the chest is what I'm looking for. So that's underneath it, yeah. It's like okay. I will investigate that around the key, so there's if there's a second trap.
You mean around where the key
Yes.
pops up? Sure.
Can I assist?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. That's a 5, which is horrible. That's better. So it is 16.
16. It is not trapped. In fact, you get this weird feeling that he had this lock broken anyway. It would have sprung open regardless and revealed everything as you go on now. As you notice, the only trap on the desk was in fact the needle.
It's like, my lady, if you will, you can grab that key. It's perfectly safe.
I am going to... I'm gonna cast protection from poison on myself
Sure.
before grabbing it.
I'm going to take a step back. So I'm covered.
See you step back home, say, you're not the most courageous individual, are you?
I believe courageous is for stupid people. It's more... it's I prefer to live, and I think by doing courageous, you shorten your lifespan quite a bit.
So,
I've come to find the exact opposite. But anyways, my name is Lila, by the way, and she grabs the key.
Alright, so as you sort of hold the key up, you notice that the cool air, because it's quite frigid, stings your lungs a bit. You see sort of air kind of gush out of your mouth, that sort of cold effect. You look at the key. Again, you notice that it looks like it has a shaft, a head, but no lock.
Like no
That
thing.
freaking description. So There's no actual
Wow.
lock section on the end of this key.
Hey,
No?
you said it, not us.
No, there isn't.
Okay. I have a feeling that this key may be in pieces.
Oh, wonderful.
Can I do an insight to see if that's the case?
You can do an investigation.
An investigation. That'll do. Dice, why? That's a
Well, more insight. You can do an insight.
Insight?
My bad. Inside investigation. Pick
so
one.
14.
I'll give it to you. You notice that, in fact, the tentacles on the sort of key sort of look to be slightly moving, as if they're in weight of something, and the eye on the handle sort of is blinking continuously.
So do I think it might be in pieces?
You think that, as far as you're concerned, it could be in pieces, but it looks like it could have some function as it is right now.
Whilst she's doing that, I'm going to do another observation on our little short friend.
Sure.
So you're doing it on everyone around
Yes, I am. This is my character.
I'm going to say,
And
you know,
this will be, just like
the same sort of details?
two of the following. Like if they're, I'm going to say if they're.
Int, whiz, charisma, class levels. Advantage,
Yeah, I'm going to go
and-
charisma for you.
Well, he decides.
Yeah,
He
right.
gets to decide what.
Yeah, and if it's inferior and like
Can I see your charisma really quick again?
yeah, sure.
I really need to ask the copy of your sheet if you're going to do
Yeah.
this.
This is how a mastermind works.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Charisma, you know that you are more charismatic. However,
Just a
they
hero.
are much more intelligent than you.
It's alright, manipulation is subtle.
God damn.
Anyway, before
I'm
it
actually-
gets too
exactly right.
late into the night, I'm going to be casting Mage Armor on myself.
Fair enough.
Same here.
Does Mage Armor need a focus of anything?
Nope. No material components of my armor.
Plus, plus even if it did, I have a packed weapon.
Because I'm pretty sure it needs a bit of leather for that. But for
Oh,
you,
it does. Yeah.
but for you, yes, you can
He-
do that quite easily.
You have armor of shadows, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so he
Yeah,
can do it
you're-
without a. He
you're
can do
fine.
it
I was
without
gonna
a-
say for the
Warlock,
warlock, considering
wins.
considering he is a warlock, I was gonna and a packed weapon, which is a focus. I would have allowed him to do that anyway.
Packed weapons actually aren't normally a focus.
No, they're not.
Not
Right,
unless
fair
you
enough.
not unless you get the improved packed weapon and then it turns into a
That's
focus.
fair
Oh.
enough.
But
You
no,
have
I
it,
need
probably.
I need a
No.
I actually
Oh.
need the material component to be able to do it, which is a pain. in the
That's why I
ass.
chose no magic for this one.
Remember, you guys did find a bunch of things in the chest, in the desk.
Yeah, I'm gonna take those.
anything that looks like an arcane focus that I can actually use.
I'm gonna take those.
There's a holy
lockpicks.
symbol.
There's a holy symbol. There's a pouch. There's a lantern. There is lockpicks, and there is the key.
I'll take the lockpicks and the lantern.
Done.
I suppose the pouch might be a component pouch. I don't know why you're saying, oh, there's a holy symbol there. I'm not a divine caster!
You look inside, and you do in fact find it is a component pouch.
Okay, it's a component pouch. Is there a strip of leather in there that I'll be able to use for mage armor?
Yeah, you'll find a strip of leather.
Okay, cool. Well, then I'll use the strip of leather. It's not consumed, luckily.
Yeah.
I use the strip of leather and I cast mage armor on myself.
You also know for a fact for consumables you have about 6 charges in this thing.
6 charges for consumables. Okay. And that's non-GP consumable, non-GP components, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I mean, yep. So I've spent one of those for mage armor, but I've got it.
If it doesn't burn up the material, I'll say you just don't get the item.
Does Mage Armor specifically specify that it doesn't consume the...
Yeah,
Yes.
You can keep it.
Yeah,
You can use the one
it's-
piece of leather.
Yeah.
It's just a piece of leather that doesn't get consumed.
Yeah.
90% of them are just.
I know that because of Caleb.
Yes. It's like the stuff like Heroes Feast and stuff are the stuff that destroy
Yeah.
components.
So if there is
Consumable
nothing
flame does it
else that anybody has spotted around the room,
I'm just gonna do a
Perhaps-
random, like, all around full
Perception
of
check.
perception check, just to see if I can find stuff that we may have missed.
Sure.
Because my character is cautious
Or
as
perceptive.
fuck.
So you're doing a general perception
Yeah,
check?
just generally, just the entire room.
Okay.
In fact, I just thought of something.
Yeah?
Before we leave,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to activate.
What was that?
It's an 8.
Oh no.
Nothing. Nothing hasn't been unturned already.
Yeah.
I'm going to activate my ability, the Third Eye.
Which does.
I can, as an action, I can choose to either gain. As an action, I gain one of the following until my next short or long rest: Dark Vision 60 feet, see into the ethereal plane 60 feet, see invisibility for 10 feet, or read any language.
Sure.
I'm choosing read any language.
Okay, you get the same sort of description along the bookshelves, but if you want to make a investigation on it, sure, you can
Yeah,
try.
no, I'm gonna make an investigation on it. That's a non-natural 20.
Okay, so you move along and you find one particular kind of book. It's purple in nature, and it seems to stick out a bit to you.
Yep, I'm gonna pull it out and have a look.
You're gonna pull it and have a look.
I can. It doesn't matter what language it's in now. I can read it.
Yep. So when you touch the book, it sort of makes your hands tingle a little bit by touching it. You hear beside you, sort of you hear this cold breath, sort of in the back of your ears, as if someone's just sort of behind you.
That's creepy.
Whatever that is, fuck off. I'm reading.
The character.
You look around and you notice nothing is watching you.
Basically,
course.
from our perspective, you just grabbed a book and then said, whatever it is, fuck off.
I'm reading,
Pretty much.
and I'm going to have a look through the book.
So you're
my
opening the
character
book?
just
Yeah, I'm
raised
opening
an
the book.
eyebrow and say,
When you
"I
open the
think we have
book,
an unstable
you
subject
sort of
here."
feel the slimy texture in the front
I'm
page.
beginning to
You
think we have
notice
more than
tentacles
one
start to
stable
sprawl out and they wrap around your arm. You see this one eye looking at you, sort of milky white overture, and you just hear, sort of in the same voice, feel, hear, watching. Then the book closes and then basically it locks.
That's fucking weird. We're gonna put it back up on the shelf.
What happened?
Yeah, so no, tentacles came out of the book, and it said feel, hear, watching, and then it shut and locked itself, and I put it back up on the shelf.
Tentacles.
Yep, tentacles.
Oh, I feel like I'm inside my mother's brothel.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So many questions answered. Now let's try that door.
Adam, just have a note. You have a point of inspiration, so that's enjoyable. Good job.
If someone really wants tentacles, I can make this happen.
Please don't.
So we're going towards the door.
Yep,
Yeah.
the door.
I'm going to arcana the door, just
Sure.
in case.
Your arcana is pitiful.
Yeah, it is.
If he fails arcanaing the door, I'm going to arcana the door.
Man, my dice don't like me tonight.
Dice
That
are
is a
just
7.
not.
A 7.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. There's nothing arcane in nature about this door.
I imagine it sides the lock.
I'm just going to turn.
Besides the lock.
I'll just turn to our friend and say, the door's magically trapped. I suggest we let someone else deal with it.
I'm gonna roll arcana because I don't believe a word that you say.
Okay.
That's a 12.
You know for a fact this door seems to have magical reinforcement in terms of the lock,
Yeah, but it's not magically trapped, is it?
but not magically trapped. No.
You're a fucking liar. Open the door.
Lila is going to.
You like to, but you
Not
like
even
to,
gonna
I can
bother
roll
with the lock.
deception if
She's
you
just
want.
gonna boot it open.
All right,
Honestly,
roll me
no.
a strength.
She avoids that by checking herself. Because even if you're like,
12?
oh yeah, no, it's magically
You
trapped.
nudge against the door, but surprisingly, despite the fact it's wooden, it's really sturdy. And you hit it, you sort of
Oh,
conk your shoulder
Oh
a
yeah,
bit.
the door is magically reinforced though, so I probably wouldn't recommend trying to.
The
beat
door is, or the lock is?
Well, the lock isn't by extension the door, because the lock is kind of the point where the door sticks into the wall. You know, that's how doors work.
Well, not necessarily. Sometimes it's just the lock, and the door itself is just regular old wood.
Oh no. The thing is regular old wood, but the thing is, if the lock is magically reinforced, and that's the part that sticks into the wall, the chance of you knocking the rest of the door off its hinges with such a solid foundation point is very, very low.
I am just going to
Intelligence.
use a 3rd level Dispel Magic on it.
That's fine.
Oh,
Why are you
come
wasting
on.
spell slots?
Give me that key.
Gives him the key.
Alright, just to calm you, I'm going to spend 10 minutes to focus on the key
Mm-hmm.
and see what I learn about it.
Okay, you do that. Essentially, what you notice is the key is sort of obviously kind of alive in nature. Quite a lot of weird magics are running through it. However, you do notice that while there is an end missing, you sort of feel that there is another way this key could make a head, given the fact it has the right stimulus is sort of present.
Screw it. I'm just going to put the key into the lock.
As you notice that, you sort of notice the two sort of tendrils sort of wrap around together in the end. You sort of notice it makes this very leathery looking kind of key end that you click inside the lock, you turn, and with, you know, sort of a loud, deafening, you know, sort of clunk, the door's unlocked.
I take a step back.
Do
stand
not
ready.
be crippled by fear.
So,
Who's crippled by fear?
Caution. No, you're being overcautious.
Who?
You.
No, me.
No, actually,
And
no.
as
You
soon as
too.
the door is open,
No,
I'm just
she's
going
not being
to
cautious
chuck
at
the key
all.
behind me and just
She
walk
wanted to
through.
cast the spell
So
magical
What do
lock.
I see though?
as the door creaks open quite loudly, essentially what you see is a long hallway that's littered with boxes, much like the ones you found in the room before, which I forgot to mention, my bad, and a few different cupboards. The aesthetic smell you smelt in there before has given away. However, the biting air is much more present
Since
here.
my dancing lights are still up, I'm gonna.
As
send
it's
them-
even colder, the rockier
there.
sculpted walls seem to be much more uniformed. You see a door in the edge of the darkness, sort of just in front of you, as well as a loud bang. Overgrown moss and vines adorn the beams that are now holding up the space of the expanse, which are looking very healthy despite there being no sunlight or fresh water close by. As you walk out, the familiar lights of the room you woke in fade out, and you find yourselves in pitch black darkness, except you have the lamp.
And the magic.
I send the dancing lights. in
And the
before I
dancing
leave.
And the
lights and
dancing
dust.
lights.
Yeah.
Well, I should mention that I am able to see through magical darkness.
Oh, it's not magical. It's just dark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
well, so I
I
got dark.
also have dark vision.
I got dark vision as well, but
How far up is your dark vision?
60 feet for me.
60.
Yeah, hold on,
60.
I need to look this up. Get up the walk.
Did you go Devil's Night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 120.
120
Oh,
feet. It's superior dark vision that can see through magical
All
darkness.
right.
Is actually pretty
I
strong.
won't say you'll see the full complete picture, but all of you sort of just see forward. It looks blank with these cupboards and everything in this fairly long and quite wide hallway. However, for you, you sort of get the out grasp of what looks to be sort of like three really sharp things sort of moving around, like sort of on one side, and when you hear that big clunk, you see him disappear sort of offwards into the darkness.
There's something down there.
How
Yes, there
far
is
can you
probably.
tell?
About how far was it?
For you, it would be roughly, it'd be just on the cusp of your 120 feet of dark vision.
Roughly 120 feet.
All right. Well, what do you people want to do? Go after it?
Well, I do not wish to stay in this room, so
But you do also notice another door before that in front of you. You know, sort of off to the side.
Yep. And you said there's boxes and so forth. around
Boxes
here.
and cupboards and that sort of thing.
Search everything. He said that our gear would be around here somewhere. If we find it,
Well, I'll since you throw the idea, I'll let you go first.
You're very cowardly.
No, I'm clever.
No, you're cowardly.
very cowardly. I'm gonna search the nearest box. That's a 10.
What's in the box? Are you trying to open it or are you just looking around it?
Looking around, just examining, see like what kind of opening mechanism it has, if it's trapped at all.
The box looks to be nailed, you know, sort of shut. But you sort of notice the space behind it looks fairly barren. There's nothing behind there. There's a few boxes sort of piled up, you know, kind of upwards a bit by 3 by 3,
Okay.
all roughly around a meter high. Not a meter high, sorry, about yay high. They're pretty big boxes.
They're taller than me.
Yeah.
Because I'm a gnome.
Probably.
Do I get a glimpse of like through the cracks in the wood? Like I imagine there'd be like a little bit of a hole somewhere. I could see what's inside.
You don't see what's inside, but the smell you get is kind of this old, rotty, musky sort of smell.
Yeah. Okay.
As if something's gone off a long time ago around here.
Looks like there was something meaty in there, but not so much anymore. It's probably sludge now. I suppose we should just go to the end of the hallway and.
Well, we have that other door. We should check that one.
Yeah,
as
check the
well.
other door first.
Very well. Lila's going to make her way up to the other door.
The first one or
And
the
check it
one
over.
that he pointed out?
The one
one-
before the one before the one at the
Okay.
120 feet.
It is a metallic looking door, just sort of normal in nature, hinges, that sort of thing. But it is unlocked.
Okay. Can I check it over first for anything, any sort of magical traps or anything like that?
Sure.
That's a 12.
There are no magical traps on this door.
Okay. Can I check it over for physical traps?
Sure.
That was a nat
Yay.
1. So 7.
No, the door's
You
punched.
can't get a read on the door. It's got a better
it's a very
poker face
tricky
than you
door.
do sometimes.
It's a tricksy door. Okay, I'm just gonna push it open.
Alright. When you swing it open, you sort of notice a room that is overgrown with plants. It's quite warm in here. There's I hope I say this right, lichens, ferns, pines, that sort of thing lying
Mhm.
A
around.
garden.
Quite
So
heavily
it looks like I'm in a
overgrown.
forest.
It more looks like a greenhousey kind of area, you could say. Very overgrown. It's sort of quite choppy in here. Not much clear paths, that sort of thing. But however, you do notice that there is weirdly enough some sort of generated kind of like sunlight up there. It is quite bright in here and not cold or biting whatsoever.
So it's a very, very different temperature to the hall that we were just in.
Yes.
That is odd. Does somebody want to check for magic in this area particularly? There is a warm forest and a cold hallway.
I suppose that I will do something of the like, and I'll roll an Arcana to do so.
Sure.
That
That's a
was good.
29.
You notice that there is a sort of magic in here that kind of is regulating the room's temperature and providing a bit of sunlight. However, for most of it though, you notice that, weirdly enough, it kind of looks fairly mechanical in all the other conditions of how they keep watered, how they, sort of fertilized, fed, that sort of thing.
Okay, well then, yeah, this is just a room full of plants. The only magic in here is the, light and temperature regulation.
Fair enough.
However, is anyone gonna have a look around the room, or are you guys just gonna leave it be? or-
I'm gonna go. I'll be just outside the door. So what I can see from my vision of 60 feet. I just have like just a random, just normal perception check. Then if I find anything worthwhile, I'll go for investigation.
Sure, roll me a perception.
Don't scream me, dice. 13.
You see just overgrown plants and of the sort.
Do we want to chance going in here? Through the greenery, we won't be able to see much.
Well, now
It couldn't hurt to check.
our distinguished host is, what I can see is an asshole. So,
And apparently a horticulturalist.
and he did, and he,
I'm gonna make him learn what death tastes like.
So I suggest we should look into every
What's
room that we come by, just in case there's stuff that we could find out about his identity, his weaknesses,
Fair enough.
and possibly our stuff.
Yes.
So who wants to roll perception in this room?
I will.
I will.
Not me.
Not you.
I'll try.
Alright, fine.
I'll try.
Okay,
20?
that's a
Nope.
28.
No.
A
Nat
7.
20 though.
Yeah.
5
Even
for
with my
me.
advantage.
5.
What's your passive perception?
Passive is 11. I have an intelligence of 13.
As the punch.
Wisdom.
As a punch. So
Wisdom score.
Wisdom 12.
who got over a 20? Just you? Alright. The pungent smell sort of hits your nostrils as you sort of notice the dead silence of the, sort of room permeates over, leaving you on edge.
She's beating me. Oh my god.
Wow.
So the pungent smell hits your nose.
Too bad you can't do pun damage.
I know. The dead silence leaves you on edge. However, when you're focusing and looking around, you notice that you catch a glint of purple moving on the corner of your eye.
Sorry, what was that?
As you're looking around, focusing, after all these sort of scents hit your nostrils, you notice a glint of purple sort of moving in the corner of your eye.
There's something else in here.
Well, maybe we should communicate with it.
I guess I'm gonna try another divine sense.
You feel the same sort of effects as before. So no undead,
It's just alien.
sort of just feels alien nature. Although in here feels a little bit more peaceful, weirdly enough.
Well, whatever it is, it's not a celestial, it's not a fiend, and it's not undead. It's something rather alien.
You, Gnome, seem to be an intelligent being. Why don't you try and communicate with this?
Me?
Yes.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, those books in there were deed speech. You know what that tells me?
What does that tell you?
We're either dealing with beholders, or we're dealing with Illithid. Both suck, both will enslave you, one might kill you just because it can.
Well, talking never...
You think I'm gonna talk to the thing that'll rip out my brain and eat it?
Yes.
You really think I'm gonna do that?
Are you sure it's going to rip out your brain and eat it? If it comes to it, I will go with you.
Sure,
You can offer me up as a sacrifice if you must.
I'm fine with this plan.
Although I would really rather you do
For
not.
fuck's sake, I'm just going to walk into the room.
Walk into where you sort
She's
of
there,
off a
it's
bit.
like, yeah, but see, as much as that'd be useful, I don't know. You might be cute under that armor.
Well, you've seen her face. She's got really short crop blonde hair.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I'll be obviously female because much softer features.
No, it's not obvious because her features are actually rather hard.
No, rather hard. It's like, I don't know. You might be cute under that armor.
Takes off helmet. I don't think I'm cute.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite style of the Citadel.
Oh no! I'm not talking about there. I'm not talking about your helmet. I'm talking about the rest.
That's
Not even being dirty. She's just saying that you might have a rocking bod under the armor, and she doesn't want to sacrifice something like that.
that's.
Oh gosh.
You won't ever find out. I'm sorry.
Well,
I
I mean,
already
Note
have-
for future, prepare silence.
I already have someone.
Bring it.
Shall we? Our companion has already entered.
I mean, the host here might actually strip you of that armor, but that's not,
I really hope not.
Well, hey,
Can we get off this subject?
I kind of hope not either, but at the same time, I kind of hope so.
Wait
Just
a
because
minute.
it's a fact of
Didn't
sitting
we
by
all...
curiosity.
Aren't we not wearing our armor?
No, we
Just
kept
the
our
stuff on
armor
your
and
back.
weapons.
Oh.
Yeah, just the stuff that we're wearing.
Oh.
Yeah,
on the
and
bed.
she didn't actually get to take hers off because
No.
she fell asleep. She passed out in it.
I didn't take off mine either, so I've got
Like,
my
I still
armor
have my
on,
mantle
at
of
least.
spell resistance
So,
because
yeah,
that's
I
a
still
cloak
have
and I was still
my-
wearing it.
I still have my plate, I still have my shield, and I still have my weapon, so... Oh, and my cloak, too.
I have my sling, which is useless because all of the ammunition was taken from me because I didn't
Yeah.
have bullets for it.
I got
I have
my
a dagger.
All my stuff's in my bag of holding.
Oh.
All I'm wearing is
One
my...
thing I'd like to
leather.
note:
I have
your
a
weapons
rapier.
were taken away from you because he lost his arcane focus stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost my arcade.
The only reason
because
why he doesn't have anything of ours is because he is a warlock, and they are always prepared their
I
pack.
do have
Oh.
one weapon, though. My mind.
yeah,
I was going
as
off
that's
of what you
useful
said
because you
before.
don't have
My
magic.
bad. I
Yeah.
could've
Yeah.
made it.
I have my mind too, and my mind's much more powerful.
And I have an
than
unarmed
yours
strike as well.
is. So does everyone.
Technically, you're correct. Everyone does have an unarmed strike.
Everyone's proficient in it. It's just that only monks are actually good at punching things. Anywho, so yeah, we're gonna enter and we're gonna
Well,
see. If
I'm
we
just
can't find
gonna
this
I'm just
perfect
gonna observe mind focusing on our friend here now to do my insight
Oh,
manipulation
God.
again?
Alright. You're more intelligent, but she's more charismatic than you.
So she can't be manipulated. That's unfortunate.
You could try,
I could try.
Well, see, the
but I'm
chara-
very good at breaking kneecaps.
I don't say it
Yeah.
out loud.
No, that was entirely out of character.
Yeah. I dare you to say, I'm good at breaking kneecaps.
Oh, I don't know. She might.
I mean, from what I gathered, yours would sort of linger at the topic a bit, but no.
I did break my brother's rib cage several times over, but we won't get into that.
Yeah.
Hey, I know stuff which I can use to abuse you all.
So you've all walked into
Not me.
the room, except for you.
I'm just observing and watching.
Yep. So we're gonna walk into the room and have a look. And
Yep.
Just like,
Do you wish to close the door behind you? Do you wish to leave it open?
I think it would be the best bet to leave it open. Does somebody want to remain by the door
I will guard the door.
so that it
No,
doesn't
you will not.
close? Do not
Could
allow
you-
it
could
to
you-
close.
Mr. Sword
you can trust
person,
me.
considering you're
I
the
will
only one with an
guard
actual
the
weapon,
door.
would you guard the door, please?
They had already
I
walked
think
in.
he's got it. Don't worry. If that thing I saw in the hallway comes and get us, I'm sure he can take care of it.
With a weapon I could, but without a weapon I could.
Why do you have inspiration already?
It's like
If anything comes, just scream. We'll come running.
it's just like, but you're gonna need to hold him off for 5 minutes. Do 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 do.
You're about to get pun
You just get
damage.
killed.
Charging
by the
by
DM.
attack. That was not a pun though.
It was a
It's
reference,
bad.
though.
It's just bad.
I like references, but
That's a bad reference.
Not to mention, out of all the characters in the party, Shan is actually most likely to make them. Especially something like that.
I'll keep this in mind for later. Anyway,
So yeah, since I don't have my weapon, do I still have my shield?
you don't have your shield.
I don't have my shield. Okay.
You have your armor and your holy symbol,
Cool.
and whatever wearable magical items you'd probably have.
Yeah. So that'd be my armor, my cloak, and my holy symbol.
Yes.
Yep.
Very well.
The only wearable magical items I have, aside my hat, was...
Oh, they took you away for good reason.
Yeah, like the only thing I have is my glamour.
All it
stone
is
with
an
armor
arcane
and,
focus that I can cut.
Which is a weapon for a wizard.
Yeah, it's true. Like all I have on
I
my
have my mental
character
spell
is just his
resistance.
armor. Everything else is in his bag of holding, which got taken.
Yeah.
Damn it, they took the other thing I had too.
All right.
It's annoying they took my cane. That was I had a cane. So
They-
I'm
They
gonna
took the
start
other
making my
I
way
had an
in.
alchemy jug. I just wanted to make some mayonnaise, damn it!
You would have
Sure.
kept the alchemy jug.
Oh, would I kept the alchemy jug? It was in the bag of holding.
Yeah,
This is
no.
why I
So,
know.
it was
I'm gonna
gone.
make my way in.
Yep.
Keeping my eye out around me for
I'll-
any
I'll
movement or
be
anything like that.
watching like passively from the hallway.
Sure.
So I'm gonna roll perception, I guess.
Remember, don't let the door shut.
You can trust me.
'Cause if it gets shut, we're stuck.
I couldn't trust you as
I'm
far as I
also
could
gonna
throw
roll
you, but I
perception.
couldn't even pick you up.
Man, with dice.
I guess I'm also
It's a
rolling
7.
perception.
Well, I mean, I'm rolling
Or
perception.
everyone in
but
the
it's-
room's rolling perception if you want to actively look.
Didn't we already roll perception?
No, I was
You rolled it.
I was perceptioning the hallway. That's all.
Yeah.
I got a 7.
Oh wait, I have advantage on that. Nope, 2 nat ones.
Wow.
In a row.
The dice hate us
Thank
tonight.
you. Not.
The dice hate us
Again, you
tonight.
would have seen this
This
purple
is
thing
just
go
like
into
what
some
happened
bushes.
with Rogue.
I'm always getting nat ones.
Poor Raphael.
Why dice?
Different Raphael than the one.
Like
we
I
were.
said, I pretty much walked into the room a while ago. Just
Yeah. So do you follow where you saw that purple stuff go, or are you just going to keep looking around?
yeah, I'm just going to walk into the center of the room, just try and see what's there, see if anything comes out.
Sure. Roll. So, did you roll secondary perception for that, or do you just take using it from the earlier one?
Yeah, I'm just.
If that's what you did before, then you will look around. You'll see lots of plants, and the one thing you do notice though is you do see a corpse in here as well.
I'm gonna loot it.
Alright.
Of course you are.
Once you point it out, I'm gonna loot it.
Yeah, I'm just going to quietly walk over towards the corpse while I assume these three are bickering.
What did you roll for your perception?
I'm just watching the
I
door
rolled
and the
a
hallway.
10, which is
poorly
fine.
though.
Flat 10?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have seen the corpse, but you would see him moving towards
Thankfully, I have
us-
alert.
towards
so
us.
I can't
Yeah, that's
be
what I mean. That's what I mean. I was
surprised.
gonna like if he tells us that the corpse is there, but no, because I see him move over towards something, I'm gonna follow him and see what he's looking at.
Sure.
Alright. What does it look like it was the cause of death? Like, or how rotted is this corpse?
First, what you notice is it looks to be of a young orcish woman. Essentially, it looks to be, from what you noticed, very recently killed, very recently dead. And you do see something shiny sort of in its mouth area. You would also see the shininess of the mouth.
I'm gonna take a look.
Yeah, I'm just going to grab my blade and then turn it over and then just prod at the mouth just to get it open.
So you're prodding at the mouth. Are you walking up to the mouth as well and trying to have a look inside?
Yeah, once he prods it open, I'll have a bit of a exam.
You prod it open, you see two goldy sort of slits in there. It springs out. Who's closest here, actually?
That would have to be him and then me.
It springs out. You notice this purple king cobra-like snake just pop out and hisses at you. And you sort of notice that at this point, it sort of, with reflex, you wouldn't realize it sort of springs into your hand that you're prodding with and takes a nice old bite. And I need you to roll me a Constitution save throw.
Wait, doesn't it have to hit him before it gets to do that?
That's an 8.
It sort of pricks in. You feel this sort of poison start to enter your body and everything. And for the next hour, you are now considered poisoned.
Ooh.
Lay on hands, I'm with them.
Done.
You're
Poison.
no longer poisoned.
Note to self, if you make horror, keep in mind warlocks and paladins are going to make this much more difficult.
Oh. Well, I mean, horror doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have anything. In fact, I'd say that'd be more like survival, like what Jess did.
Anywho,
This is survival horror.
Yeah. Wait.
at that point,
I thought it was in deception.
Wow.
You stop that.
now then,
I spent $60
Yes.
on it today.
you
Oh my
said
God.
you're looking at the hallway. What did you
Yeah.
roll?
I was passive perception. I mean, I rolled for actively searching and got a 7. I'm not rolling well today.
No, you're
I
gonna.
don't
Well, I
think
do
any of
have
us
the
are.
alert thing, so I can't be surprised.
Nothing. You don't see anything, but you do hear heavy footsteps.
All right. I will first do like a whistle, so they hear it, and then I would like to go stealth.
Fair enough.
Can I roll to see if I heard it?
Everyone roll perception to see if you heard it.
It was like a
Oh wow, you rolled better.
17.
18.
Alright, 26.
You'll hear this whistling. And what did you roll for stealth?
I got a good roll finally. Just 21.
Yeah, you sort of, you look around, you notice a few of the rotting smell kind of boxes, you duck under there. And the rest of you sort of walk out, and what you hear, now you all hear this as well, these heavy footsteps.
Are they coming closer?
They're coming closer.
So turn and bolt back out to where he is.
I have disappeared.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back into the room and hide among the shrubbery.
Done.
I'm gonna.
I'm shit at stealth, so I'm not even going to bother trying.
So you're going to stay
You
there?
have first off you have disadvantage, and
Oh yeah, but I also have no dex.
Yeah.
So you're just staying out in the open.
Pretty much. There's no point in me trying to hide.
Alright
That's
then.
a 13.
The dice not liking us. Only one good roll for me.
Those who have hidden in rooms and behind things, you don't have to worry too much.
Yep, that's fine.
However, the one that's out in the open, I'm trying to find exactly where it is. You hear these clambering steps move towards you. Now, as soon as you walk up, you see what sort of looks like this tan, sort of pinky kind of legs first go into view. You notice this big, hulking, sort of muscular-looking kind of creature
Mm-hmm.
with stitches running down up its stomach, all over. It has 2 sharp claws, which seem to be very out of place for it. And the stitching on its stomach looks a bit off. It has what sort of looks to be a very human-looking face, drool dribbling down, and a nose sort of conked up that sort of right in the dead center.
Well, aren't you ugly? Can I roll to see if I can identify what this creature is?
Sure, you most certainly can.
What am I actually adding to it?
I'd say for this one, roll me either Arcana or Nature. I'll just let you do Nature.
Either way, it's exactly the same. So that's 5.
You have not heard of this sort of creature before, but you get the weird feeling this thing's a bit bigger than what you'd usually find for
And I'm
something
guessing
like
we
this.
all see this, or so I'm gonna try.
Alright,
Nature.
the ones who sort of have a bit of a gap open and can look out, you will see something similar. The ones who's sort of in the forest there a bit, you can have a look, but you'll be at disadvantage because you have shrubbery
Well,
kind
I
of...
hid in the hallway.
I
anyway.
also get
Actually, no, if you found a perfect spot you can look out, then
Yeah.
you all can roll me the same
Yeah.
sort of roll if you wish.
Alright, then.
perception.
Yep, perception.
Well,
No, not perception. If you all see it, then Arcana or Nature.
yeah.
Oh, Arcana. Well, in that case, 23.
I'll try nature.
Yeah, I won't
Come on,
bother.
dice. Why dice? That's a 3.
You don't know it?
I have no idea what it
You
is.
have a very good idea what it is.
I'm not gonna bother.
Alright. Gavin, you have heard of these sorts of things before. It looks like a sort of stitched up big mass of flesh and blood and bone. You know for a fact this thing is what you'd call a flesh golem, but this one looks much different than, a fair bit different than the ones that you'd usually find.
Okay.
And clambering sort of towards your friend here, who it sees now in dead sheer view.
You know what?
However, what you also know is that this thing is walking a bit slower than they usually would, but it is a fair bit bigger.
It's okay. You know what I'm gonna do?
What are you going to do?
From where I am, would I be in touch distance of...
No,
Lama?
no, you wouldn't.
No, because I hid in the hallway.
You're hidden in the hallway, but you wouldn't be unless you managed to get to sort of the closest box you could.
Yeah.
Which-
No, I basically ran out and then dived straight for cover as soon as I heard the footsteps.
High or low?
Hi.
You are just outside of touch
Just
range of her.
So would I be able to lean out of my cover and touch her?
If you want to get out of cover, then sure.
You know what? Screw it. I am gonna lean out, and I'm gonna spend the second charge from my thing to cast Dragon's Breath, and I'm gonna touch you.
Bubble,
And-
bubble, bubble. Toil and trouble.
And that's gonna be naming acid.
Sure.
It's one hell of heartburn.
So as an action, I'm gonna be concentrating on it. It's a bonus action for me to do that. So as an action, you can breathe a 15-foot cone. Dex save from the creature, DC 18.
Gavin, actually, one thing I need to ask: is this Dragon's Breath you're casting on her?
Yes.
One thing you need is a chili to actually do that as a component.
Yeah.
So unless you feed that chili to her down her throat or pepper or whatever it is, then you're not going to be able to do that.
I don't think... I think it's a chili just for fire breath.
I got that's Xanathar's?
Yeah, it's in Xanathar, so if you could have a look for me.
Sure.
So everyone, if this is a bit too boring at the moment, this is
Well,
kind of...
I can't really do much without weapons.
Meanwhile, Lila is gonna take a stance and get ready for fisticuffs.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm doing that, because I'm giving her a weapon to use.
And that is fair, but I'm just going by components of this as
Yeah.
well.
Dragon Breath?
What?
It's a vocal, somatic,
Yeah, but what's the material?
and a hot pepper.
A hot pepper?
Mm-hmm.
So
would I actually have to feed that to her, or would I just be able to touch it to her thing? And
Does
do
it
the-
actually say that she needs to
Yeah,
eat
it doesn't
it?
say that it
It
actually
just says
needs
a hot pepper.
Just says
okay, you
it's
don't need
fine.
to eat it then. Fine,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I'm just gonna
Hey,
pull
you
up-
touch her, it's all good. It's fine. It's
That's the
dandy.
concentration
So
towards
as an
the-
action, as an action, you can breathe out a 15-foot cone of acid energy. It's a dex save or 3d. Actually, I'm gonna
heartburn.
I'm gonna cast it. I'm actually gonna cast it.
Where
at
did that
third
come
level,
from?
so it's gonna be 4d6 damage on a failed save or half on a successful one.
All right, that's fine.
Just so you know that.
I'm just going to observe because I can't do anything in combat. I have no weapons.
So, I guess I'm rolling initiative.
Roll
We
initiative.
all are.
Not me. I'm not even gonna bother.
Actually.
I can't do
Oh,
anything
no.
without weapons.
Bloody hell! What is with my dice
Oh,
tonight?
Same here. Like
It's
this-
like the
it's
dice
like-
are cursed.
I think it's on both of us. Like we've been bowling. I rolled
All
one
right.
good roll.
Do you want a dice with bigger numbers?
How big?
That's ceramic, let's not.
Please don't. I like that bowl and I do not want it broken.
And if it's expensive.
Do you have
And
chips or something? We can put it up on the table.
yeah,
Yeah.
my sister will kill me if I let that happen.
Dibs on your stuff.
That one.
Oh, we just
That's
like
my
fast
bowl that I
forward.
brought.
Oh,
Because
Yeah.
Gavin brought chips and stuff.
yeah.
Because I thought it would be cool to have on the table.
Yep.
Do you want to just put it up, Talia?
I had a pencil. There it is.
Where do I put it?
Just open it up and put half and half at each end of the table.
Well, I'm gonna need both halves here to begin with.
I love that bowl so much.
Why, dice, do you hate me so much?
I got a 7 on initiative, by the way.
I got a 15.
Because I realized normally I'd have advantage on that roll, but I don't have my shield, which makes me so sad.
So, for those two who would have seen it immediately, you'll go in this round. You'll also go in this round as well. If you're joining it, you would have only heard sort of the first sound of combat. You'll probably hear it and then be able to join as well
No,
afterwards.
Well, we heard the whistle that something's
Yeah,
coming.
well, that's fine.
Then I hid.
All right.
And
So
I'm not going to even complete.
first things
Yeah,
first.
I'm still alert to the
Yeah.
That's fair
actual
then.
circumstance.
all right. So 20s and above. 20s to 15s.
I got a 15.
All right. So then we'll go 15 to 10.
I got a 13.
All right.
I'm
You-
not participating. I
You're not
can't.
participating?
I can't do anything.
And Jessica's last.
7.
I can't
You
do
can
anything.
still help.
I can't do anything. I have no weapons.
Yeah, no, he's a
I'm a
mastermind.
rogue, I
He's
can't do
he's a
anything.
mastermind. He
Can't
actually
do anything
he can't
without
do anything.
weapons.
I
without
need
weapons.
weapons. I'm useless without weapons.
Pretty
don't,
much,
Don't
yes.
masterminds have a feature that lets them take the help action as a bonus action?
They have master tactics, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's if there's an attacking a creature, I can give them
Okay.
So that's pretty much all he can do.
I
Gavin.
can help action aid an ally
Your
in
turn.
attacking the creature. That's all I can do.
Yep. So what am I gonna do? How far is this thing away from Lila?
Yeah, and they have to see and hear me.
Away
They don't know
from
where I
Lila?
am. I hear
How far away?
I'd say it's about 20 feet away.
3 feet.
because I can't do anything.
Okay, balls. Can't do that.
Like, see, like a rogue without weapons is useless.
Unless you also take monk.
Nah, I didn't my class.
Yeah, you did multi-class though. Can't do that. Third one. I am going to spend my third
Mm-hmm.
component. Luckily, I'm using all non-consumable components, so I still got all this.
Sure.
Still got these. And I am going to cast the first level spell, Ice Knife.
Sure. I think that's roll to hit.
That's a good spell.
Also,
It is a roll to hit.
My roll's not as shit, so.
Before I do that,
I'll be a disadvantage to
Portent
everyone.
24.
Portent 24.
I'm a divination wizard.
All
Before
right.
rolling, I can choose
That
to
is
replace my
fine.
number.
You hit.
The other one's a 19, so I'm gonna keep that.
Okay.
So that's a 24. So that'll be a D10
Sure.
of piercing damage
Okie dokie.
of the magical variety. So that'll be 6, and then it needs to make a dex save.
It fails.
What did it get?
Nat 1.
Oh yeah, no, it fails.
As I said, it fails.
And it's gonna be taking 10 points of cold damage.
All right.
So it's a 16 all up.
So as you summon this knife to your hand, you sort of aim and you throw. And it's, for some weird reason, you sort of get the feeling that your eyes sort of close and you just throw it out. As if magic's guiding your grasp and your, sort of...
I know what's going to happen. I saw it.
Exactly.
I've seen the future.
You're nonchalant about it because you sort of see it fly forward, and with a whistling in the air, you sort of manage to see it embed right into sort of the upper, kind of an upper right, left pictorial here.
And then it explodes.
Then it explodes. And you notice that sort of, around here sort of looks to be a bit of frost burn around where it sort of hit, but it still looks fairly unfazed.
Yeah, I mean, I did only do 16 points of damage to it. What else am I gonna do? Is there anything else I can do? No, I can't. That's okay.
Fair enough.
Yep, so that's my turn.
Alright. My turn?
Yep, your turn.
Okay, seeing that that our gnome friend has started fighting something, I'm just going to jump out of the bushes and out through the door.
Mhm.
Okay, so seeing this golem thing, would I know if it is a a magical construct or undead?
Well, you know for a fact it'd be a construct because if it was undead, your companion would have picked it up immediately.
Alright, so as an action, I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast,
Sure.
firing all three of them at it.
Fair enough.
Okay, so that is going to be a 22.
Go ahead.
Alright. Okay, that is also going to hit.
Sure.
And that is a 21.
They all hit.
Alright. So that is...
Yeah.
That's 20 points of force damage. And I'm just going to run up at it. And as a bonus action, I'm going to swing at it with my rapier.
Okay.
Alright.
Your packed weapon rapier.
Yep. That's a natural 20.
Oh, wow.
No, you miss.
Alright.
Is it the 2d8?
That's 20 points of piercing damage.
You sort of notice that as you see your new friend sort of run out being like, oh crap, it's a construct. Throws out three eldritch looking like bolts straight into its chest where the frostburn is. All three hit their mark, hit quite hard. You notice it sort of flinch a bit after each one of them. Then he sort of runs up and like backhands, sort of aims and sort of cuts along where one of sort of the stitches are. And you manage to sort of rip apart, side to rip open. And you notice a few inner muscle works sort of just open a bit. In other words, you managed to do quite a bit, and it looks like it's hurting. However, a construct could hurt.
Alright, that's my turn.
Alrighty, now it's its turn. So it lumbers up to you,
Goody.
and it will take.
And if it's moving away from me, do I get an
Yes,
attack?
you do.
Kills this thing.
Ah, fuck. Okay, that is a 13.
That'll hit.
Alright.
Yeah, no, but I know what's coming. I know what's coming.
That's 14 points.
14.
Yeah, no, I know what's coming. and we're getting really close to it.
Oh, wait. That's fine.
Oh yeah, no, I got one. 'Cause
So is it trying to hit me?
but yeah, no, that's not what I'm worried about.
No, that wasn't what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, no, I mean the bonus action attack. Yeah,
No.
I got it.
That was...
Oh no, the reroll. Right, so you get to reroll one of the dice.
Always good.
Okay, so it sort of bounds up to you. It takes one of its weirdly clawed-looking like hands and just swings down really hard.
Okay.
And that 20.
That'll hit.
Ow.
And it's gonna be normal.
Another
damage.
nat 20.
Normal
That'll be
damage.
normal hits because my armor is
Adamantine.
adamantine.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
I had the
kid you
choice
not.
of taking a +1 piece of armor or adamantine. I chose the adamantine. I am not regretting my decision at all.
No.
Guess
I
what I
lit-
chose?
What?
A +1 shield.
Yeah. I spent like 1,000 gold pieces getting
Wow.
my shield upgraded to a +1. And my shield is actually a sentinel shield, so
Warns of danger.
Jeez.
I
You take
chose
17
light-
points of
I
damage, it just
chose
lays
light
into you with these
stuff.
claws.
Compared
Ouch.
to what you guys got.
Well, I mean, my had a wizardry was just a common item. Same thing with my enduring spellbook.
Those got
Otherwise, I
that's-
took.
And that's all it can do.
I always got the glam and stud leather. I've
Okay.
got
That's all
the
I can
greater
do.
healing potions.
whose turn?
And I got my
It's now your turn.
got
My turn.
Rapier.
Breathe.
All right. I'm going to try and use my. I'm going to attack it,
Mhm.
but I'm going to use my divine smite
Jets.
at 3rd level.
Jets. Rogue. You have a breath weapon.
I know, but I get 2 attacks.
It's the breath weapon's an action.
I know,
It's an action act.
but I get 2 attacks
Okay.
She's
With what
choosing
weapon?
not to
She
use...
prefers
with
the
my
2 attacks.
fists.
Okay, you're gonna try and smite with your
It is
fist.
technically a melee
I can. It's a
weapon.
melee weapon.
It is the melee weapon.
It's a melee weapon. Yeah, you're right.
That is.
That's a 4.
That's a 19 and a. That's a 9. A 19 and a 9.
Wait.
No. Hang on. 13, sorry. A 19 and a 13.
Both hit.
Awesome. So.
Is that 2 3rd level divine smites?
Yes.
So this will be. What's your strength?
It says my damage is a 5 on my thing.
What's it? So your strength is your strength +4 or +5?
+4.
Then it'll be 5 plus the 68. Are you doing it twice? Are you gonna smite twice?
My brain has gone a blank. 12, 13, 14, 15, 24, 29 for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And a 20 for the second one in damage.
How do you want to do it?
I'm just going to knock his block off.
Literally?
Literally knock his head off his shoulders.
Alright, so you notice your companion here seems to sort of get up around fisticuffs, managed to hit once, and you sort of see this divine sort of like impact it immediately on the same spot as where the chest, because it seems to be hitting right where the weak point is constantly. Then you go for the next one, you sort of uppercut, and you notice that the head sort of starts kind of, you see this burning light sort of sear off sort of around where its head would be, and it just goes, flings clean off.
So
You guys are now not sure whether I'm a paladin or a monk.
So you.
I wasted a third level spell slot.
I don't care. That was great.
You
As
one
soon
punch
as
man
it
the
goes
golem.
down, I say, bravo.
I suppose it's concentration in 1 minute. So if we find something in the next minute, then you can use it.
Yeah, you
But-
could.
But in all seriousness, though, that's the only weapons I have. I try to enable you, and you're like, "Oh, I'm not gonna use it. I'm just gonna use my own stuff instead. It make me waste your spell slot."
Yep.
Well, you gave me terrible heartburn, and I'm not really down for that.
Well, no, in all seriousness, out of the game, that's really bad because if I run out of spell slots,
I had
I'm
a
done.
better option, Gavin. I had a better option.
You always take the better options.
you should have said that before I cast it on you.
Where's the fun in that?
Oh, well.
What's the fun
It
in
happens.
Yeah.
Because when you cast it on me, I was still going through what I could do.
Alright. Where did this come from? Did you the door at the other end of the hallway? Is it open or?
The one that you had seen just sort of on brief outskirts of, you do notice that it is there within view, and you could go have a look at it now if you wish.
Is it open?
It is open as it seems to be broken open by a force, as if something had tried breaking through the door and succeeded.
Seems like the thunderous noise of our escape from the room back there alerted everything to our presence.
We didn't make that big of a noise, though.
You didn't you say that as soon as we unlocked the door, it made a thunderous noise?
Not thunderous, it made a loud ka-dunk as if it was being opened. But the loud thunderous noise you could deduce was this door being broken down.
Because there was a very loud bang earlier as it was
Yeah.
trying to break through.
So there's a chance that this thing was lined up for us to go against in the first place. Probably laid set as a trap.
Maybe. However, this next room you do open up, and you do notice that it's sort of it doesn't have a door, as if it's been heavily mauled wood, as you've noticed. However, what you do notice is sort of a dusty room lined and lit with magical candles. You see sort of a centered bench right there, and a cabinet back full of chemicals and components sort of in the back. You also notice a few beakers, like sort of torches, that sort of thing, that you could make materials and stuff from. And you also notice that there's a few littered papers off to the side on this one desk that's in the center of this room.
I'm
looks to
going
be
to
very
say,
metallic in nature, as if it's been designed to not be eaten away by sort of materials that would spill on the floor. And that is essentially what you see.
I'm going to search absolutely everything in this room.
Yeah, I'll also have
It's
a look around.
it's a scientist an alchemy laboratory. Very
I'm
obviously.
just going to go straight to the desk and have a look at those papers.
I'm
Sure.
gonna search everything. Gonna fine tooth comb.
Well, what you notice on the desk is it looks to be sort of a few alchemic basement, sort of like formula and that sort of thing. There's a few sort of things for acid, a few for explosives, heck, even one that could be possibly for healing-based things. You don't know, but it's all there, sort of outlined and ready to go, as you've noticed.
Being an alchemist myself, I would be able to use this.
Yes, you would.
Alright, yeah, I'm just going to... does the metallic material you said the papers were of, do they seem to be, like, foldable or...
Not the... Sorry, the room is made of like a metallic, he said. These are just normal papers.
Yeah, I'm just going to fold them and pocket them.
Sure, that you do that quite easily. As for your search, roll me a... What would this sort of stuff be? Either roll me a medicine or a nature.
May I roll using my alchemist supplies? As
That you can. If you're an alchemist, yes, you can.
No, I'm a guild artisan.
That is right.
naming alchemist.
So my character, who's still hidden within the shadows,
That's a 21.
who's following them, I would like to thoroughly look around the room,
Actually,
so I can find any secret holes or any
Sure.
passages and so forth.
Roll me investigation.
Come on, investigation, don't.
and I mean, if
don't
it's
fuck
like
me.
to recall stuff using history, I
Why?
have basically
Why?
expertise.
It's 11.
Just alright. So tell me what you got.
I got a 21,
That's enough.
base 21.
You sort of notice all the materials, as I said down before, there's made different things like sulfuric sort of thing, bases, acid. There's a few sort of kind of extracts from some of the plants you noticed back, sort of in the other room. All alphabetically, sort of sorted, as if, and what you do notice is, as well, it sort of looks like there's a few non-dusty areas on the shelf as well, quite akin to what look to be long sort of streaks and lines.
So I got 11.
There were things here, but they've been moved.
I got an 11 on my search, which is nothing.
You find nothing.
Die.
Shan is immediately going to do a very quick inventory,
Mhm.
and then she's going to begin grabbing things, and she's going to make some stuff. I'm guessing there's
Particularly acid.
she doesn't have to make the acid. The acid is there. She can just grab vials of it.
What do you want to try making?
I'm gonna try different D20s. This thing's fucking me over.
Would I be able? I already know
There's
the
a
recipe.
D20 I can borrow. That one's spoon.
I already know the recipe, but
Take your pick.
would the
they're all
materials
screwing
be
me.
here for
Yeah, I'll
alchemist
try
fire?
this one. It's green.
I'll say. Let me roll for that for you.
Yeah.
Hi or low?
Hi.
Yeah, there's some alchemy fire
Better.
stuff, but you notice there's only enough for about
better.
1 dose in here.
One dose. Okay.
Alright, being an alchemist myself, I will assist you on this.
Okay. Well, the first things first. I'm going to grab. How much acid is there in this? How many vials of acid are there?
There's a fair bit of acid in here, like a lot. It is a very common thing you could use in alchemy-based things here, so...
Well, I mean, I could also throw them at people and deal 2d6 damage. Because that's how vials of acid work in the
I'll
gear.
say you are able to carry 6 vials.
6 vials? Alright. I'll grab the 6 vials of acid. He's like, he stole my shit, and I'm still pissed off at him. So I'm going to take his and use it.
I would like to try again.
And
Sure.
I'm also going to make the vial of alchemist's fire, because I'm guessing there's some alchemist
Yeah.
supplies. in
Yep.
there. Yeah. Like, actual
Better?
equipment.
Better than a 1.
What'd you get?
I got a 12.
You don't see any
Damn it.
comments yet.
Did you roll a 2? Or what did
But you can certainly keep trying if you wish.
So you're going to give me advantage?
Yes.
I'll, because I'm pretty sure that there's
That's
got to
a
be secret
28.
passages somewhere in here.
You make your alchemist fire. There's no issues about that whatsoever.
Anyway,
try
it might be
anymore.
an
Well, threaten
idea
your dice
to
with my
give
touch. I am the
acid
punishment for
to
dice.
unarmed friend.
Yeah, actually, because it's a ranged attack and it's a ranged weapon attack and you can get sneak attack on it. So
I don't have any weapons.
No.
It's
I can give you vials of acid that count as ranged weapons that you can get sneak attack on.
I mean, if you want, it's better than nothing.
No. The alchemist fire is mine. He can have some acid, but the alchemist fire is mine. I'm actually going to direct him to where the acid is. It's like, grab some of that. You'll be able to use it.
Are you going to try grabbing acid?
It gives you something to do.
Yeah, I haven't done
it
nothing
gives you-
this entire session.
It gives you an,
How much do
advantage.
you want? Do you try grabbing some?
I'll take a few vials.
Just a few?
Yeah.
Well, you managed to find 7 vials. Well, not find. You pick up 7 vials easy.
Okay.
Alright. So, is that what you're doing in this room? Are you going to keep looking around? Or
Yeah, does there
I'll
seem
try
to be
another
any
again.
other doors in this
That's
room?
what I'm trying to investigate. I'm just rolling really badly tonight.
Yeah.
I think it's just punishment for me screwing over Hamish last
I will
session.
I will assist you.
10. I'll take the 17. It's 18.
Alright. You look around the room and you do notice that sort of next to the the big rack, there seems to be sort of a bit of the wall that's kind of uneven.
Yeah, and I'll point that out. I believe there's a secret passageway over there.
Cool. We're gonna make some more stuff, and
I'm
then
gonna
If you find a blade, I
Why?
like that as well.
while they're looking for looking at the rest of the room, I'm gonna see if I can find a mechanism to open this passageway that he's found.
Sure.
Strike, Green
Yeah.
Flame Blade.
Yeah.
Is that an
I have a
investigation?
lot of weapon based.
Yeah.
I love
Like-
weapon based stuff.
Like a rogue's used without weapons.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I
an
mean,
11.
Especially a
you have-
mastermind.
You have
'cause
acid. So
That's enough. You notice, because you're looking very specifically for this mechanism,
Yeah,
you notice there's a little button under the desk, sort of just sort
awesome.
of towards the brim.
So when you guys are ready to go, there's a button here to open the door.
Okay.
Proceed.
So, well, before we do, do I recognize the ingredients for anything else I could make in here? Oh, I know.
What
Is there water in here?
Yes, there's water in here.
Hey, paladin person, come here. Holy person.
Lila.
Well, yes, Lila. You know what? If we come up against any like undead or like demons, we're probably gonna want some holy water. So if you could do your thing with the
what thing?
with the water,
what?
turn it into holy water. You can do that. You're a divine person.
I suppose. She sits down with the water and does her little prayer thingy over it.
Sure, you have holy water.
Cool. Is there any if I were to roll something, say history to remember recipes, would I be able to? If I did that, would I be able to recognize recipes?
What are you specifically after?
Basically as much different stuff as I can make.
Well, what I was going to say is think of specifically what you want and then roll for it. Because if we were here, I could look up a bunch of stuff and be here all day. If you're an alchemist.
Yeah, no, I am an alchemist and I'm really good at my job. Look for things like materials to make healing potions, materials to make poison.
Healing potions are a given because I said that you
Yeah.
could possibly get some healing going.
Yeah.
However, you notice that the materials there are only enough for 2.
2 healing potions?
Two
Okay.
greater healing potions.
2 greater healing potions. Alright.
Yes.
What about poisons? Is there anything you can make in terms of that?
In the weird horror-based thing, is there a thing for poisons you could
Probably
make?
there's poison.
Oh, hi, hello.
Hi.
Yes, you can make some poison.
Alright, cool. Well then what I'm gonna do is I am gonna make those greater healing potions, and I'll roll for that.
Yep,
and
roll me.
and then I'll also roll for making the poison.
Sure.
That's a 26.
Yeah, you get the healings,
And that's a 21 for the poison.
and you get the 21 for the poison. Okay, you got poison, you got healing.
I've got 2 greater healing potions. I got poison. I've got
Should probably
holy
give them
water.
to the tank.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the I'm gonna give the greater healing potions to.
How about you hold on to the potion until it looks like I need them?
Not such a good idea. I'm gonna be throwing acid vials left, right, and center. I don't want to accidentally throw these.
Okay. I'll take one of them.
Yeah,
I can take the other one.
I'll give you the other one. I'll be nice, even though I don't trust you as far as I can throw you, and I can't even pick you up.
Okay.
I'll be nice and give you something that'll keep you alive.
No, not
With
for
that,
me.
I'll hit the button under the
I
desk.
can,
and
I
I'll
can
solve
avoid
that.
death very easily as a
It
mastermind.
opens, and you sort of notice a small passageway.
All right, down the passageway we go.
What do I see down the passageway?
You just see a long, rolling kind of tunnel. It turns, then it goes right
That's all right.
for quite a while.
I'm going to be...
All right.
Tips around.
How about
Before
the
you do that, I'm going to look down the staircase, see if there's any pressure plates or anything or traps, as a rogue does.
Check for traps is probably a good idea, especially since this is horror. And
Sure.
And it's Michael.
yeah, you could throw things
Sure.
anywhere.
It's not really been that scary because most things I had planned, you guys did things to already sort of stop it. I'm like, oh well, jeez.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
I
a
might
it's
want
a
to start thinking about doing a 10-minute break very
Yeah.
soon too.
We are going to be doing that soon.
say like wide.
15. For
There's
investigation.
nothing in here.
Well, then we'll
Alright,
head down the
how
tunnel.
about the 3 of you follow the one with the weapon?
That makes sense.
Well, I mean, I have weapons too.
I will sit at
She
the back.
holds up the acid vials.
I'll watch our backs.
So you make your way through the tunnel. It stretches for a little bit.
I'll probably be further back.
You notice that
No,
when
I'm
you
like
when you
right
make
at
it
the
to the
back.
end and it
Yeah, I'll be
turned
like
over
front.
right, you notice that there's an exit out here. But to your left, you notice there's another small little sort of niche. You crawl through that and enter sort of this slightly carved out room, 10 by 10, and you see one chest right there.
Is it me or does that look suspicious?
Well,
I'm
I-
gonna investigate it.
Okay. I'm
Because then I'll know whether it's actually suspicious or not.
Sure,
That's a 20.
that's a 20. It looks like a normal chest, and it has just one eye-based keyhole.
Is it trapped?
That's
Does it have
it.
a needle in the
No
hole?
traps.
No traps.
No traps.
Is it locked?
It is locked.
Hey, you said Ortix, right?
Yes.
Do you want to, like, as much as I don't believe that, would you, come in here and, see if you can't get this lock open?
You
Well,
did
I-
take the lockpicks.
You did take
I,
the lockpick.
I dabbled in lockpicking when I was my youth.
Would you like to see if you can manage open it?
You have proficiency in thieves' tools. You'll be able to.
No,
You
I
get.
don't.
Yeah, no, you get that just by on the chance of being.
Yeah,
broke.
but my rolls tonight? No, I don't.
I'll give you advantage even.
That's not going to help.
Fingers crossed.
So it's 11 plus 9.
Well, you get.
That's
you,
enough.
You get
That's
advantage.
20.
So roll again.
Yeah. So that's 19 plus 9.
That's enough.
Yeah,
Better.
28.
You take your pick out. You sort of go. I've dabbled a bit in this. I might be able to get this open. You jam it in there. You sort of take it up. You sort of.
No,
feel a few clickings.
what I do is I just quickly unlock it very quickly, but then I fake having trouble opening it.
Sure, you do that.
I can imagine.
an insight on that.
I'm also
sure.
gonna. I'm happy to
Roll
roll that.
deception.
Roll deception. Then if everyone's rolling insight on this guy,
Natural 20.
you know he's full of crap.
That's a 9, so.
Deception, so natural 20 plus 13.
Okay.
What's your plus?
8.
All right, I'm going to be like this. You fool them all, but you still get quite an inkling that something doesn't seem quite right about his little performance there, and you are suspicious.
It's a very good performance.
More suspicious than you were before. You could quite easily determine that perhaps he was bullcrapping that whole
I
thing,
did
but
roll
you
it.
don't know for 100% for sure, but you're very certain. But not certain, but you're
You're not
very
certain, but
most
you're
likely
sure
about
that
it.
he must have been.
Yeah, seeing you trying to lift the damn thing, I'm just going to grab it.
And open the chest?
Well,
Yes.
no, I was faking like
Unlocking
unlocking
it.
not lifting it. That's all.
He
Yeah,
was-
basically.
He was pretending that the lock was harder to get than what it was.
I did it like in a second, but I faked
Yeah.
taking time.
With a nat 20, you do that.
Yeah.
Not well, so deception, you do that. But
Yeah.
again, you do have a strong suspicion he is kind
Yeah.
of.
My
Yeah, so you
dad's
can
like
see-
you.
I mean, because he did unlock it at the second, you could
Well,
just
one
go.
does. Rob now.
Anyway, you open the chest, and
I got a 1 on this.
aside from surprise, you notice everything but your weapons are in this chest.
Cool.
Awesome.
Does
That means I have.
does
four
my
healing potions.
my hat's not in the chest, is it?
No.
Damn it!
Would my shield be there?
Yes, it would.
Thank
Would
God.
Would my cane be there?
Is it a weapon?
Maybe.
No.
Would my shield be there?
Huh?
Would my shield be in there?
Yes, it would.
Awesome.
Everything but your weapons.
Oh, thank God for that.
So I don't have my dagger, my longsword, because I bought a longsword for a material component.
Mhm.
My sling wouldn't be in there. Wand of the War Mage wouldn't be in there either, would it?
Anything that's an offensive, attacking-based item, you don't have.
So
It makes me better at making spell attacks,
Yeah.
but most of my spell attacks are cantrips.
It could technically be a focus, so no.
yay! So I got a disguise kit,
Yeah, I can.
a forgery kit,
I'm gonna.
I get my broom though.
a signet ring,
So that's my bag of holding is
a
basically in the
Dungeoneer's pack,
box.
dragon chest set,
Um,
inks, false papers.
my spellbook wouldn't count as a weapon, would it? Considering
It's how you use your offensive stuff. It does count
So
as a
Okay.
weapon.
my crowbar would be in there.
Yes, it would.
That
I have
being
a
said,
weapon.
that being said, I'm gonna give that
Yeah, you
healing
do.
I
potion
have
back
a
to you
crowbar.
Yep.
and say I'm set. Thank you.
Okay.
Now that I have my things back,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get my bag of.
I spent money.
Yep.
Yeah, you did.
So now I've got 4 greater healing potions.
So after you sort of equipped everything and you walk back out.
well, I
into
just
this
I
hallway,
just pick up a statue and put that in. That's all I pick up.
I'm gonna look inside the bag of holding that I have, and this massive wicked grin splits across her face, and she's like, hee. And she's gonna pull out her alchemy check. He's like, hee.
It's a weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah. Well, I mean, us finding our gear is probably the best time at the moment to take our short rest. So if you want to do that,
when you walk outside, you notice the hallway. You walk outside, and before you notice the hallway, that's when we'll take our short break.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
See you guys in 10 minutes.
yep, we'll be back in 10. I have my alchemy check.
them alive.
We good people.
Alright, cool.
back, my
Welcome back.
viewers.
Now, what's in the hat?
Yep, we're gonna decide who our
Who's
next
our
DM
next
is.
DM?
Who's our
We
next
just got
DM?
a letter. We just
Oh my
got a
God, no.
letter. We just
Ben.
got a
Yes?
letter.
You're next.
You're
Okay.
next.
Now, Ben. Well, lucky you didn't have this one.
I would have killed you all.
Oh god.
What do you have?
You didn't kill someone definitely.
Wow.
Tragedy.
Tragedy.
Oh no!
Oh, that is great. So, if you want to pass that
No.
over and we'll
Yeah.
put it into the.
This is so perfect.
So pop those into the plastic bag.
This is too perfect.
But yes, so
We're gonna
next
be,
week
we're
it'll
gonna be
Ben.
level 1, he's gonna throw us up against the Tarrasque, we're all gonna die, it's gonna be tragic.
No, that's just me.
But yeah, no. Next week we've got Ben with tragedy, so that should be
Oh.
interesting.
We're doomed, everyone.
Why do you always do that? It's like, I'm a nice DM.
By which you mean you look at your the corpse of the player characters and then you say nice.
My swashbuckler begs to differ, Ben.
No comment.
No comment.
Carly, Hannah, exit even your own character down the course.
Yeah, I
Exit.
can definitely.
Okay,
Almost.
so
Torturing my father, are you?
let us get back to it.
Oh, good God. Here we go.
You sort of walk out to the next part of the hallway. You see behind you there was sort of a bunch of rocks that sort of collapsed and filled the gap.
Goody.
You sort of you look forward and you notice more of these purple sort of torches kind of light the path. However, another thing you also do notice is that your lamp doesn't seem producing as much light as it used to before.
I don't need the lamp.
Magical darkness.
You sort of who has double sight here? Just you?
Yeah.
What you can see is another door sort of ahead, about 100 feet away. It looks metallic in nature, quite rusted.
Alright.
Apparently, our corner gremlin thinks we need feeding.
Let it happen. It's fine. It's fine.
You need to give one to the DM. I actually forgot about that.
There's a rusted door at the end of this thing, but I can't see it because I don't have.
Okay, at Gathering of Nerds, we are well fed.
Very good.
Everyone saw me.
So was one of those an apology biscuit?
So we see so he sees a door 100 feet away, metallic, made out of metal, some kind of
Rusted.
metal, rusted, so iron.
Mm-hmm.
Because only iron rusts.
Is there anything else in this room?
You also do see a massive sort of big ornate door. Actually, no, you don't see that yet. All you see is this.
Right. Yeah. Alright. Anyway, I didn't realize we grabbed the lantern.
No, I took it.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
You know what? Once we find the person who's here, we should smash it over his head or light him on fire. I mean,
Gavin.
well, it will. I know it won't hurt him a lot, but it will set him on fire.
Alright, looks like there's a door at the end of this hall.
Well, one to sort of the right going along, but you don't see the one at the very end, which is the big door.
Right. Alright, yeah, there's a door down there. Let's keep going forward.
Let's go have a look at it.
To the other door. So you saw a door to the left, was it?
Right.
To the right, and
Told you
then
I should've
there's
taken
another
my
door
take
that we
picture.
haven't seen yet.
Yeah,
I have it.
All right, so
Oh, lucky creature.
I will attempt
Yeah.
to investigate the door.
Sure.
Oh,
traps,
what a fucking lucky
magical
object.
or other.
That was my fault. I got it mixed up. I
15?
apologize.
You notice that the door, it doesn't look trapped nor locked, but looks to be as if it's fairly rusted and might be fairly hard to move.
I just had an idea. Could you cast Locate Object on maybe your spellbook or on our weapons? Or one of our weapons? Does it have to be something that you've used before?
No, closest name to described kind or specific object within 1,000 feet.
Will you be able to do that?
Yes. I can do that because it's a non-consumed material component and I can use it from my component pouch.
Note that you have inspiration because he thought of something creative for a spell you had from the very beginning.
I actually am going
Because we
to
now have confirmation that our items are here somewhere.
I am going to do that. I'm going to spend a second level spell slot and I am going to specifically describe my enduring spellbook.
You notice that it is about 200 feet behind the door.
Direction. All right. It's
The rusty door?
So
Yep.
it's 200 feet away and behind that door. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that door. My spellbook is that way, and our weapons might be there too.
Alright.
Going
Well,
to assume...
the door is rusty and will take a time to break, so I'll let,
Didn't you say that you have a crowbar?
Yes.
So do I.
Alright. 2 crowbars will make this much easier.
Has anybody checked the door for any magic?
I did. I
Okay.
did not find any.
I will also check for some magic. That's still not that cheap.
No magic on the door.
No magic. It's just rusted. A rusted door.
And there are no other traps?
Nope.
Nope.
Alright. I'm gonna jam my crowbar into it and...
Give me a athletics check, I'll say.
Athletics?
With advantage.
Yeah, you get advantage because using the.
Can I borrow your crowbar and also...
Yep. So I go to my...
I don't know.
Ha!
That's in case she doesn't just rip the
22.
door off its
That'll be
hinges.
enough.
It's like...
So if this sort of... you know sort of sound where something's been like a
Wait.
liquid sort of dried between two surfaces, you're trying to rip it off somewhere, like an object trying to unstick it. You sort of hear that as it sort of just swings open with a loud sort of creak.
I
Just
still
doing this
take a
Wait,
step
hold on.
back.
22. Wasn't one of those an 18?
Plus 4?
Don't you have proficiency in athletics?
No.
Oh, you do not. Okay.
It's enough.
I thought. Yeah. No. I know that you said that, but
I have proficiency in other things.
yeah. No. I
Because we were told mental stats were going to be more important.
oh yeah.
And nothing that I took in my actual character gave me a bonus to athletics.
Yeah. No. I thought knight might have, but no.
Nope.
Okay.
You sort of poke your head inside, and you just see this massive, what looks to be cold room.
Is that cold room?
Like as for storage of food or for storage of corpses?
Both.
Well, I mean,
You do notice that there's quite a few. You notice there's a lot of bodies on hooks littered around the room,
Yep.
hung up.
okay.
Humanoids?
Humanoids.
Oh, that is just disgusting.
You sort of look down the floor and you see blood sort of start to collect on the bottom, sort of,
It's
running
like
into little
Probably all
creases.
congealed and
Congealed and
stuff.
gross.
Congealed.
Yummy.
The stench is quite overpowering, of the rot, decay.
Oh, that is foul.
Do you want to know? You want to know how I fix this?
There's probably
I'm
a few
going to
maggots
use
swimming
another
around in
divine
there as
sense.
well.
Hmm?
Probably a few maggots going around in there as well.
I'm going to use
few.
another divine sense because there's a lot of dead people in here.
I don't think there's undead in here.
Celestial fiends, undead,
I'm checking.
or if the ground is consecrated or desecrated.
Well, it would. I imagine it would be desecrated like everywhere.
Oh yeah, it would be
It's
desecrated.
desecrated everywhere. But ooh,
It is desecrated.
yeah.
Trying to check what something is.
Yes. Because I don't
Every
like
time we
usually
come
do
across a new thing like this, I'm going to use divine sense.
That's sensible.
I've got 5 uses of it, so I'm going to make use.
And you've used 3 now.
I've used 3. I am keeping track.
Just don't want to burn them out too quickly, though. As I imagine is the thing. Because if you do, well, that's no good.
Well, my main concern is my divine smite.
Smite's dictated by how many
See,
spell slots you have.
Actually, what am I doing? It's in my. Sorry about this, guys.
You have a
It's in
holy
my
where you can
notes
cast your
here
other
somewhere.
smites using your spell slots straight onto your fists.
the number of spell slots I have because it uses my spell slots.
You've only used 2.
There we are.
2 third level. I've only got 3 third level and 1 fourth.
Yes, but you also have 3 second level and 4 first level.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, Thunderous Smite is also the thing you still have. Thunderous Smite on your fists. That's why I'm like, you shouldn't be too
Nope,
worried.
you don't feel any undead, but it is quite consecrated.
Consecrated.
It's consecrated.
Sorry,
Desecrated.
desecrated.
Desecrated. It's like, it's consecrated here with the being I know
I was
who
gonna
is
be
the
like,
boss.
This is very confusing. Why is this place consecrated?
And the rest of it.
It's desecrated.
Okay.
It's the untouched garden. Hi, euphemism.
Okay. Looking around, do I see any movement outside of the party?
You see, actually, make me a perception.
I would like to help her with that.
That one is with advantage anyway. So that's a 17.
You notice that there are no movements around. However, what you do see is you see sort of a cloak hanging up on a hook, sort of where some meat kind of aprons would be. Aprons to prevent that sort of stuff. It's a lot of the hooks. There are a lot of corpses, but you do see at the far right a chest.
For some reason I heard that.
How
it's that
far
entrance
away
would be
is this
down
cloak
the-
you said?
The cloak is by the front door.
Oh, alright.
I'm
Fine.
going to start making my way towards the chest.
Okay,
Sure.
can I have a look at the cloak? What type of cloak is this?
What you notice is it looks to be quite purple in nature, with a few weird edged marks around it. But by that, you see nothing else really.
Alright, do I sense anything off about it?
Operations.
Do you have do you want to arcana it or insight or something?
No, yeah, I guess Arcana.
Roll me an arcana then.
I think I might examine this and see if you guys
Yeah.
roll or not.
Sure.
Balls. It's okay.
Okay, that is 23.
That's a 13.
You do notice that while the cloak itself doesn't seem to have any magical traces on it, on the actual fabric itself, you do notice something inside the cloak seems to be a bit weird and foreign in nature.
Yeah, I'm going to unwrap the cloak and see what this is.
You see what looks to be a few maggoty kind of grubs in there.
Ooh,
Yummy.
ugh.
Yummy.
Yuck.
I can deal with this. Do you want to deal with this?
All yours. I'll just
Fire.
wrap up the cloak again and give it to you.
Oh no, throw it. You're gonna want to throw it.
Alright, fine. I'll just throw it onto the floor.
4 firebolt.
Roll the hit.
And while they're screwing around with this cloak,
That's a 24.
I'm going towards the chest.
I'll hit.
So that.
I will
be
investigate the checks
some
for the traps
D
and
Sure.
locks and so forth.
10. So it is.
I'll assist you.
Okay.
That'll be 13 points of fire damage, and I'm guessing the cloak is flammable.
Weirdly enough, you do the damage to it, but it doesn't burn up in flame.
So I got a 12 on
It's
mine.
weird. Kill it. Kill it with fire. More fire.
So what? How much damage do you do?
13.
Okay,
So I got a 12 for my investigation check.
it's a normal chest.
That's what I think it is anyway.
Chances are that cloak is magical, by the way.
No.
Probably turn to our friend, Layla, and say,
No.
the chest
Sure.
seems okay, but
Eject it.
be cautious.
Pardon?
The chest seems okay, just be cautious.
I'm gonna try and open it.
Alright, it's unlocked. You notice your weapons are in there.
It's a careless way to leave them. I'm gonna withdraw my warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Your daggers are in there.
Are you gonna say that our weapons and stuff are in there?
You guys are busy with the cloak. I'm just gonna withdraw my warhammer for now.
Yeah, but
So-
you're not gonna say that our weapons are in there because
I'll take my cane and my 2 daggers.
I imagine that would make some kind of clattering sound if you're trying to pull that out of the chest.
I'm happy to do sleight
Hey
of hand.
guys, when you're done with that cloak, you might want to come and have a look over here.
Alright.
I'm gonna because that thing's really weird to me,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Banish
didn't. It was
Banish
supposed to
it.
burn, but it didn't.
Banish.
I'm
Banish.
just
can't
going
do
to
it.
ignore it and go to the chest.
I'm gonna I'm also gonna go over to the chest, and I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
All right. As soon as you all walk over, the door behind you shuts.
Oh, of course it does.
Yeah, and
Be
immediately
expected.
I'm just going to run my hand across the blade, and you see as it lights with fire.
Fair enough. And also, who's in the back most of the party? Who approached it last?
It would likely be you.
Yeah.
The door or the chest?
Gavin.
Yeah, me.
As you sort of brush your way past a lot of these corpses, because there's many of them in here on hooks, you see one sort of slowly turn around towards you as if, of its own weight.
Nope.
And on the side of its head, you just see this massive eye explode out of it, and it's sort of looking at you. Thousands and thousands of maggots drop out of all these corpses onto the floor and start flooding over towards the cloak.
Ugh.
And you notice that after this point, you see it start to create a figure and a shape
Of course it does.
of this humanoid sort of thing with a white mask. And
Oh
you sort of
oh shit!
I'm gonna
It's so
as
dark.
and
soon
a long stick.
as soon as I
I'm
see
so
this,
confused.
I'm gonna run over and I'm gonna grab my stuff out of the chest, which will be the
I know what that is. I'm not gonna
hat,
spoil
book,
it.
wand,
Oh,
longsword,
shit.
and sling.
Oh,
Big Bum, what are you
shit.
doing?
As soon as I see it, I'm going to run over to the chest and I'm gonna grab out my stuff.
Wow, that's cruel.
And you sort of see after this, you sort of see what looks to be this kind of tall humanoid, medium in nature. You see that instead of skin and body, it has all these maggots make up this shape. It has a white mask on front, its hood up, and sort of arcane kind of energy flowing over what would be its right hand.
That's
So-
kind of gross.
It's so
You're
me.
kind of gross.
It's me.
And you see just sort of these small witchy grub sort of things falling off it constantly, but reshuffling back into its form as if it's a moving unit.
Can I freaking? I know what it is. My character's got to try and identify it.
Sure.
I'm thinking differently Arcana for this shit.
I would also like to identify.
Okay
it.
then.
Same.
Uh,
Actually, I'll just
Fuck it.
assist one of these guys.
Assist me.
I'm them because my Arcana is appalling.
We'll assist you.
Yeah, I got a 3, so I have no idea what it is.
That's a 26.
18.
All right. You would have heard weird sort of aberrations coming through as of late that are quite nasty in nature. You've heard of a certain group called the Starspawn, but you don't know what this particular thing is. You, on the other hand, have heard of something that is particularly nasty from the Starspawn, which are called Starspawn lava mages, which are these humanoid kind of constructs made out of hundreds and hundreds of maggots who are known to be quite terrifying and really hard to deal with.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
You sort of see the room around you now start to bleed out with blood from the ceilings and the roofs and everything, and roll me initiative.
Oh
Cool.
god.
Alright.
Oh, harsh.
Well, that's a natural 20.
20 for me as well. Natural 20.
Okay.
That'll be
My luck is turning.
That'll be an 18.
So I got a 29 on my initiative.
Alrighty. So, didn't say I was going to be nice to you guys.
No. I applaud you.
Thank you. So now, we'll go 20s and up.
29.
Just a natural 20.
I have alert.
All right. 20s to 15s.
18.
9.
All right. All right. So you see this sort of now humanoid-looking larval creature sort of explode out of all these things, make this form, and now it looks very menacingly at all of you.
Mm-hmm.
And now you notice, Bennett, is your turn first.
Okay. So, first, I'm going to move behind the paladin,
Mhm.
and then I will use my action to do my 1-a-day spell, Darkness, in front of on the mage lava freaky thing.
Sure.
Oh, crap.
It is all darkened now.
Just around where he is, not right on us.
around where you guys would be, you would be. I'm just going to say this now. You would be about 100 feet away from it because it's a big room, as I said, 200 by 200. You would be essentially furthermost
I
ahead, so
can't
you'd
do
be
anything
furthest
with that
away because you
at
were
all.
checking the
You can-
chest. You two were. You'd be about 180, and well, you'd be sort of.
I'm behind the Paladin.
Yes.
Yeah. So around about 180.
So
as
all
well.
of you three sort of fair close together. You're the closest one to him. Just pointing out the formation now. So
I
you
Yep,
suggest
yep,
you
yep,
move
yep.
away from it, and that will be my turn.
That's your turn. Move away from it.
Yep.
All right, Jessica, your turn.
I am going to. Do I want to use that at the moment? No, I don't think I do. I'm going to. Make my way towards it, so I'm going to move 30 feet towards it.
Alrighty.
And just ready.
20.
Ready action just outside.
So how
the-
far have you
30
gone?
feet.
Yep.
Which is my full movement.
Which is good because if you go any further, I won't be able to do anything to help you.
Okay. And so just making a quick mental note of where you are, sort of on the map here.
So I'll be like, what is it?
Because you said I was like 180 away from
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah, and I'll be 30. I'll be 30 feet away from the Paladin. That further away from that thing because
Okay,
that's going
that
to
is
kill me.
fine. All right. So now it is Gavin's turn.
So I'm 100 feet away from it.
Yes, you are.
So how far am I away from Lila?
How far away? Well, I'd say she's about 150,
And she moved 30 feet.
30 feet ahead.
So she's
So it'd be you're 20 feet away from
20
you.
feet from her. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 15 feet rather. So I'm within 5 feet of her.
Sure.
And I'm gonna I know where it is, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna pull out my sling and I'm gonna grab a vial of alchemist's fire from my bag of holding. I'm gonna load it into the sling and I'm gonna sling it at this thing. It'll be with disadvantage.
Yep. Roll to hit.
Wow, a nat 20 and a 12.
Just a 12 flat up.
Yeah, the other one, because it's disadvantage.
For a moment, you sort of take this out. You go. You sort of start weighing it around. You feel as though it's naturally in your air. You're in your element, and you fling it. At the last moment, something sort of feels a bit off, and it goes flying, careening just short of it. And then it just sort of fizzles on the ground as sort of, it kind of goes out a bit with all this damp ground full of blood and metallic sort of stuff.
Okay. Damn.
What did you try casting?
I didn't
No, you
cast
put
anything.
acid. Put
I
acid.
put a vial of alchemist fire into my sling and
And
threw
throw
it.
Yeah.
Nice try, though.
That's all I'm gonna do for now.
It
I'm
is
just-
its turn now.
I'm
If
just
it's dark, it's in
gonna be
darkness, so hopefully
careful.
it has disadvantage on shit.
In darkness, what? Okay, let's see.
It's only second level magical darkness though.
Just reading this really quick. Okay. No. Jessica,
Yo.
you see 3 eldritch-like blasts just come flying, careening towards you
Goody.
as it moves forward,
Of course it does.
and it'll make its. And now it will go for an attack.
So it has fucking truce. God damn it.
First one misses.
Mhm.
What's your AC again?
22.
That one will miss. That one will also miss. You see 3 things just fly off.
The darkness help.
It's like they ting off of the friggin' off of my shield or something.
But
too bad you don't have a spell guard shield. But,
My
That's-
shield does well.
But that's all it can do, as it still is in this darkness.
Yep.
Goody.
Adam, your turn.
You have devil's sight. Use
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Fuck it up.
Double sight of 120.
So, I'm just going to move up and launch 3 Eldritch Blasts at it.
Sure, roll to hit.
Right. Shit. Right. That's a 15.
Just barely misses.
Alright. That's a natural 20.
That'll hit.
And that's gonna miss.
Alright. So roll your natural hit.
2d8.
2d10.
Oh.
Oh, 2d10. Sorry, yeah.
Alright. That's 10 points of damage.
You sort of see these 2 blasts. Your friend sort of open up his palm and 2 blasts come careening out of his hand, or 3 of them. 2 whiz past these 2 silhouettes and hit the back wall. But then one you sort of see this slight crackle in the light. It sort of lights up the darkness slightly as it hits head on really hard. And you sort of see it sort of flinch back a bit, but then sort of readjusts itself with all these moving forms of these maggots in it and just sort of re-readies itself ready to go.
Alright. And let's see, what else can I do? On
2 seconds.
Who,
so far.
what do you know about this thing?
What I know is that it's actually you didn't really tell me what I know about it.
What you know is, again, it's an aberration.
Yeah, it's an aberration.
You know exactly what it is, a star spawn lava mage.
Lava mage, yep.
And you know for a fact that essentially, while it has a few spells, a lot of its stuff sort of does rely a bit on the maggots within its form as well.
Yeah, so stay away from the maggots.
Okay, so...
Well, they're
better
technically
not-
lava, but maggots kind of make sense too.
Yeah.
Better not let it get close to us. So, as a bonus action, and I'm going to amplify this, I'm going to focus on it and use Blood Curse of Binding.
Okay, what does that do?
Lock
Its movement speed becomes 0.
Does it make a save or does it just happen?
It has to make a strength save.
Alrighty.
Is it just 0?
Yeah.
Is that all that happens? Or
It fails, so it stays in place.
Alright. And I'm going to have to take damage for that.
Yeah, because you amplified it.
Blood Hunter.
Blood Hunter's doing all your work.
It's fine with my character. It's all according to his plan.
Mercer.
Blood Hunter warlocks are scary now.
Like pretty much this character is a cow.
I noticed.
Well, he's not made for combat. There's support class. Try something new.
Alright, and that's my turn.
Alrighty. Now back to the top of the round. Ben,
Yes.
what are you doing? Are you staying away from it again as well?
You could probably move up because I'm going to move forward a bit further in my next
Yeah,
round.
I'll move up just to stay within 30 feet of the paladin.
50, you'll want to be within 10 feet of the paladin.
No. 30.
Why do you want to be within 30 feet? Because you don't get the bonuses.
No, because
No, he's giving me a bonus.
Oh,
Master Tactics.
Okay, master tactics.
He's a coward, but he's a tactical coward.
Exactly.
Exactly. He's
He runs away
no, he doesn't
smartly.
He doesn't run away. He stays out of combat.
So,
he's not good at
How long
combat.
does that speed 0 last?
Until it succeeds at save.
Oh, that's...
So
and that's at the, end of each of its turns?
Yep.
So I move up with the
That
paladin,
is fine.
and I'll probably be with 30. So I'll be how would I be in range of the thing?
So you
Behind the paladin though.
So you were behind the paladin before you ran forward, did you?
Well, I'll pretty much be about 30 feet away from the paladin,
At the moment.
Well, since you
and then move up, and then
since
when
you
he
moved
moves
forward before and you moved away,
Yeah.
you'd probably need to burn your bonus action to dash to get within 30.
I can do cunning action
30
dash
Alright.
anyway.
Done. So I'd say now you're roughly within 10 feet of her, unless you want to be ahead.
No, I want to be behind.
All right then. So now you're
And how much? And what would the range be?
130 feet away from the darkness.
Okay. Then I will hold my action.
Sure.
So if it does break out, it'll come out. I'll hurl some acid at it.
That's fine.
Yeah, no,
Let's take a check.
I won't do that because it'll screw you up too much.
What is it?
The spell that I have.
So
in
were you
mind.
trying to say something, Talia, or?
What spell was it?
Reverse gravity.
Sorry, I thought I heard something. My bad.
How would that screw me up?
It makes everything fall upwards.
Reverse
Okay.
gravity.
How does that?
It's a 50
Is
foot.
it a
It's
save?
it's a save to grab hold of something, but there's nothing to grab hold to.
Well, there's
Ground.
meat hooks.
Yeah, but they're along the walls of the room, and it's not on the wall.
Grab it.
But no, the entire thing is it's a 50-foot radius, and so you'll have a lot of
I
difficulty.
don't think I'm
moving.
within 50 feet of it yet. I only moved for 30 feet.
No. But when you do, because you need to get into melee
Yeah,
with it to.
I can't do anything until I'm in melee.
Yeah, which is that's what I mean. That's kind of the issue. If I do it, then you get sucked up with it. And I don't think you want to be taking 10d6 falling damage.
No thanks.
Oh wait,
I'd
how
rather
high's the
not.
room? How high's the room?
You look up, it's about 50 feet high.
55? Oh, 5d6. Sorry.
And how tall is your
If the
character?
spell fails.
She's 5'11".
So you probably mine's only 5'2", so I'll probably get some
She's a
cover from
big
there
woman.
as well.
You fucking tall people.
She's big woman.
I'll get some cover from that as
Big
well.
woman.
Yay!
Awesome.
Technically, no.
Technically,
That's
I-
why,
I
it's
get-
one of the reasons
I
why
get
she finds
cover.
so easy to pass as a guy is because she's so tall.
Yeah.
I get
Dude
cover
looks
from her
like a
'cause I'm small.
lady.
I can hide behind her.
She does it intentionally.
No, I'm just going with the
Okay.
because misdirection.
Alright,
You need to have.
so
Oh yeah, okay.
if that's all Ben's doing,
Yeah, I'm just holding action until it comes out
then
and throw acid at
Jessica,
it.
it's your turn.
I'm gonna move forward another 30 feet. Does that put me in range to hit it yet?
With a melee attack?
Yeah.
New.
No. So I'm just gonna move forward another 30 feet and ready my next action. My
And
next
then
attack.
If you want to dash, you can get within 60 feet of it, because right now you'd get about 90. Because you guys are very far back from it.
yes, you get within 30
I'll give
feet
it
of
a
dash.
chance to come towards me as well. I don't
Well,
want to
it's
push.
bound in place.
I don't want to push too far into that darkness initially.
It
Yeah,
is
no.
bound in place, but
Yeah.
that's fair enough.
Luckily, you're not in the darkness yet, but
But I think the darkness lasts like a minute.
All right then.
yeah, no. it does.
Besides,
Yeah.
I want to give the mastermind a chance to keep up with me.
I pick up pretty well. I can do 60 feet dash.
Gavin, your turn.
Technically, you could dash 90 feet even if you want.
So you're holding an action, or you just?
I'm just readying
So what are you readying?
an attack in case it.
Okay,
breaks out. That's like
Yeah, well, I mean, it breaks out at
Gavin.
the end of its turn, so
your turn.
it won't do anything that turn. But alright. What I'm gonna do is I am going to. That's what I should do. Oh, I can't do that either because that'll hurt you. Damn it!
Hmm?
Sickening Radiance. It's 30-foot radius.
What is with you and your radial spells?
I'm a wizard.
It's what they do.
Wait. She's not within 30 feet.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, no, yeah, but she can't enter the area because she needs
How long
to get
does
into
it
melee.
last?
It's concentration 10 minutes.
Oh god.
So no, not doing that.
Give me a moment. Do, 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 do.
Do you have anything that's radial that doesn't last for so long?
I know what I can do.
You can't do a direct attack because it's in darkness.
I know exactly what I can do. Michael.
Yeah.
First things first, I'll end the locate object
Sure.
because that's actually concentration up to 10 minutes. But I already knew where it was,
Yeah.
so that's fine. So I'll end the locate object, and I am going to spend a second level. Actually, no, I'm going to spend a 5th level spell slot,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to cast Mind Spike on it.
Can you see it?
I know where it is.
Is it an area effect, or do you have to see the target?
It's just one creature.
That will mean you'll have to see the target.
Yeah, you'll have to see
the
it.
target. Damn.
What kind of damage does Sickening Radiance do?
Radiant.
It does radiant damage?
Yeah. But if you fail the save, it also gives you a level of exhaustion.
I have resistance to radiant damage.
Yeah, but no, that's not that's not the damage. Is not what I'm worried about.
Mhm.
It's the
That's
exhaustion.
fine. That's fine.
Actually, that is the thing I can do. But damn it. Oh, actually no. I'm going to. I'm actually going to spend a bonus action and cast Shadow Blade, summoning the Shadow Blade to hand.
Sure.
I'm then, how far away, actually, I moved forward, I was 100 feet, I moved 30 feet forward to 70 feet, so I'm actually going to move, I'm actually gonna move 30 feet forward again, so I'm within 40 feet of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I am going to,
How big is the darkness radius?
it's 20 foot radius, so
Yeah.
I'm 20 feet away from the
You
darkness.
still
actually.
don't see it.
That's okay, I don't need to see it now. Well, I mean, I know where it is, but I don't need to see it now.
All right.
I am going to I am gonna cast it at level 5.
Mm-hmm.
Once it's your turn, end the fucking darkness.
I can't.
No, actually don't. Because I'm going to throw it at it, and I get advantage because it's in darkness.
Roll to hit.
That's gonna be a 29.
So you throwing it, you just don't get going down.
20, throwing it. So it'll reappear in my hand after I throw it, but it's gonna hit with a 29 because I'm gonna use my other portent.
Sure. Roll your damage. What kind of damage is it?
It is damage of the psychic variety.
Okay.
There's only a 50-foot radius.
Or 15-foot radius?
Yeah.
Oh, well, even better. I still know where it is, but I have advantage against it, and it's gonna be like, that'll get the
Yeah,
disadvantage.
it's only 15 feet, not 20 feet.
So that'll be...
So is it just psychic damage?
Yeah, it's psychic.
Okay.
9 and 8 is 17... 17 points.
You hit it, and nothing happens.
Fuck.
It's immune to psychic.
That's a 5th level spell slot wasted.
Yay. But it comes back, at least.
Yeah, it comes back, but doesn't do anything. I haven't done it. Actually, no, I did do something in action because that's right. I'm going to. I can't really keep it around because it's in a concentration one, and it does literally nothing. So I'm going to just end concentration on and crap.
But yeah, once it's your turn, end the fucking darkness.
Yeah, end the darkness.
All right.
Although you get to go.
It's its turn. You're still about. Like you were very close towards the chest at one point, or were you more further ahead?
I moved 30 feet ahead.
So were you fairly back at the beginning, like towards the back of the thing, or were you very frontwards?
Well, I was towards the chest.
All right.
But,
So you would be roughly around, we'll say, 130 feet out from it.
130 feet away from it. Okay.
Yep.
However, that's good for you. For everyone else, however, it's getting frustrated being held down by this thing.
And can't see, hopefully.
And it can't. Well.
You sort of all you notice this big black circle of 120.
It's a 60-foot. It's a 60-foot radius circle of death, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
As you three have to make me that save,
Dexterity.
I
Add
get
plus
it.
4 to it, please.
I get advantage.
and you also learnt one other thing from that action too.
It can see.
It can see.
What kind of save is it?
It is I've got this right
It's a
here.
con.
Constitution.
So yeah,
Oh,
add plus 4 to
wow.
it.
I will fail this.
Pretty sure I add my charisma to it as
Yes,
well.
you do.
So that'd be a 23 for me.
Anyway, aside from the magical
22.
darkness, how bright is this room?
It is a little bit brighter than the other ones. There's like a few
12.
sort of lamps up the side there. It's not like dark magically, but still pretty dim light.
17.
Alright.
Alright.
So I got a 17.
Is that with my plus 4?
Yeah, that's plus 4.
I got a
I
22.
got a 12 plus a 1 plus the 4.
Then in that case, my speed is 40.
Yeah, actually, no, his speed is 40 feet. Dim light.
So what was everyone's?
22.
17.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, 23.
Sadly, you all seem to fail the save still.
Holy
What?
shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was with an 18.
Yep.
They,
Wait,
they
and
hurt.
what's your con?
My con is a plus 5.
You should pass it if you're
Oh,
adding your
hang
charisma
on.
to it too.
Oh yeah.
You'll
should.
pass. You two will fail.
Oh yeah,
Wait.
I know I failed.
Wait, hold
I only
on.
have a
She
plus
got a
1 con.
23.
No, she
Hang
got
on.
higher. She
Because I rolled an 18,
roll
but
natural
I
18.
forgot to add my 5 con, plus my
Charisma.
4, plus I've got an extra 1.
Actually, no, hold on. Is that does your save say plus 5? What's your actual constitution?
Look, the whole thing is she's got charisma plus
con is plus
charisma
1.
plus
Yeah, so no,
constitution.
it's 18 plus 5 plus 1, so she'll get a 24.
She still passes, but you two fail.
Wait, I fail with a 22.
Yep.
23.
So it must
DC
be
23.
or a 24.
Mm-hmm.
I told you these things are nasty.
I'm sorry, but what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a nice creature.
It's not a nice creature.
Not a nice creature at all. Why do you think I went darkness?
Um,
To run away.
Good, it does.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
I didn't know
kinda-
it had freaking
30
two
points of
Kinda
damage as you're
like-
hit with this
How much?
massive circle. 30.
30.
I'm down, nearly.
So how much?
Really?
damage does it do?
Necrotic.
I only have
30
82.
points of necrotic.
I have less than you do, and I'm nowhere near
Yep.
down
So-
here.
But for you, it would be halved.
Halved, and then I halve it again because I have resistance to necrotic.
There you go.
So
Sorry, but what the actual...
I'll show you the
How is-
I'll show you the creature after the thing.
Yeah, no, please do, because that's fucked up. Mind my French, but that is seriously crazy.
Yeah, they're scary monsters.
They are scary.
Yes.
monsters.
All right,
monsters.
everybody, short rest after this.
But Ben, think of it this way: liches don't get that high, and they're meant to be the most powerful actual
No,
spellcasters.
these things are like aberration
Well,
deities.
let's not
not
argue about
Anyways.
this.
Yeah.
They're scary. That's what you need to know.
Semantics.
It
Arguing
works
with the
well with
DMs
horror.
is not a
Oh
smart
no,
thing.
I'm not arguing with you.
I know.
Wow.
Whatever the monster is, whatever the monster. I'm just saying that
Wow.
monster's bullshit. That's all.
So how are you guys looking in terms of health?
I'm
You
on-
looking hurt?
I'm on 52.
I'm on 50.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that hurt. That almost took like half my HP in a single hit.
Yeah, they are scary creatures.
It still has to make a strength save.
Yep. If it's the end of
But
its
you're
turn.
lucky though, because that's the only one it gets.
I should take a
Oh, okay, good.
I gotta take the concentration save to lose the darkness.
Yeah, you do need to make that concentration save.
What's your DC?
It's a 9.
16.
So it's a 9, I fail.
Yep,
So
no, it was
darkness-
DC 15. So
yeah.
darkness just
Just a 16. So it breaks out of your sort of binding as it sort of pops out.
it can't move. However,
It can't move, but you notice it will make it sort of unform and reform around this cloak as it sort of sits
Yeah.
there ready to go.
and the darkness also.
Yep, I
just
found
fails.
my
He failed the
concentration
concentration.
Yeah, and darkness drops.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's his
I
turn
can
now.
deal with that.
And now it is Adam's turn.
Alright. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to move ahead 40 feet and cast Eldritch Blast.
Yep, go for it.
Fuck, that's a miss. Alright. And that is a 23.
That'll hit. What was the one that was going to miss, by the way?
11.
That'll miss, but just making sure.
Alright, and
Hey,
that
goodness.
is a 16.
Yeah.
16 just hits.
Oh.
Alright.
So you get 2d10. That's
That's
nice.
something.
Alright.
Yeah. No, you know what? This thing's on my next turn. This thing's getting fucked up.
Alright, that's
I encourage
6
it.
points of damage.
6 points. You sort of see these two blasts get into this form. They scatter for a little bit, then reshape as it sort of wobbles a bit, then re-gets its footing. Well, footing. And I take it you moved forward as well a bit more?
Yeah, I moved up 40 feet.
Okay. So now you're up. Now you're about 90 away from it, which is good.
Yep.
And now it is indeed Ben's turn.
All right. So I'll move up to a decent away from Paladin, like 30 feet from Paladin. Move
Yep.
Up that far. And I'll be within what range would I be in with the creature of death?
So
He's
you,
30 feet away from.
you're 30 feet away
Lava.
from Jessica's character.
Yeah.
You'd be roughly around 120-ish.
I still can't do anything.
Wait, oh yeah, 120. Yeah, 'cause she's 90 feet away.
Can't do anything. I don't.
But you
don't have
can
the
move
range.
forward if you wish.
I'm not going to move forward.
Move closer to me because I'm going to move forward again, and I'm also going to throw up my aura of life.
Yeah, no, you'll wanna move basically
You want
up
to keep
next
in
to her.
that 30 feet.
Yeah.
You'll want to move next to her, and then she'll move 30 feet forward.
Yeah, okay, then
Because-
I'll do that. I'll just be doing that, and again, then bonus action, Master of Tactics.
Yep.
On you.
Okay.
So you get advantage on your attack
Nicely
When
done.
you
when you
know,
attack.
get up there.
When you get up there,
Mm-hmm.
and
Nicely done.
then I will I'll get my cane out, draw it, my cane sword,
Mm-hmm.
put that ready, and the acid in the other hand, and just that'll be it.
So you're just readying to do
Ready,
some-
ready to. If it comes near me, I'm gonna swipe that.
How far
motherfucker.
would be close to you? Like feet wise, what would you say roughly?
If it gets within like 60 feet, I'll hurl the acid.
Okay,
If it gets closer than that, cane sword it's in the face.
that's fair enough. I just want to know what you're doing.
Yep.
All right, Jessica.
Okay. So action, I'm going to throw Aura of Life, 4th level. So
anyone who's within 30 feet of me who is not hostile towards me has resistance to necrotic damage. Its hit point maximum can't be reduced, and they also regain 1 hit point when it starts its turn in the aura with 0 hit points. So you cannot die, basically.
can't
while
It's
you're
a
in
nice spell.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
great. I love
It's
it.
a 4th level spell. It is a really.
So you're going to move up a bit more, I take it?
Yep.
30 feet, I'm guessing, to be within 60 feet of it. Okay, cool.
Yes, alright.
So I was
So,
15,
is that all you're
15
doing, Jessica? Is there anything else you can do with your stuff?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, no,
alright.
actually to cast the
Yeah,
spell.
no, that'll.
Jessica. Gavin, your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna move so I'm within 15 feet of the paladin, so I'm still getting. So I'm getting your upper aura bonuses.
So you'd be within roughly 75 feet of the thing.
Yep.
Okay. Sure.
So, this thing.
Yep.
Could you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Sure. What's the DC?
DC 18.
Dex save. It passes.
Are you okay?
A bolt of green energy flings past it. It missed a damn disintegrate.
Oh man.
That was my 6th level slot. I've got my 7th still.
Rip.
It probably is.
Oh, yeah.
Ripperoni.
And this
I've just been
Quick question, guys. Is this terrifying
yeah,
yet?
it's terrifying.
burning spell slots like a
Not yet.
motherfucker.
Funnily enough.
Like this.
Feeling pretty comfortable here.
Yeah.
You're a wizard. You can recover them over a short
Because of
rest.
your... Oh, hey, look, I get only a
Not the
quarter of the
6th one, I
damage.
can't.
I know,
feeling
but you
pretty
still
comfortable.
can recover
Death
quite a bit.
spell.
I'm feeling pretty good. Like, you know.
You've been filling out the ones you
Yeah, no, I know.
I
I know
like
what
paladins. They're great.
I've
I
used.
do like paladins.
I've used a first,
Alright,
2 seconds,
so,
a third,
Gavin.
a
This
bit of a
shit
6th.
needs nerfs.
Is that all you can do?
No, bonus action. I'm gonna touch myself and cast Dragon's Breath.
I don't think you can do that. Because didn't you just cast a spell before?
Is it a bonus action?
Yeah, it's Dragon's Breath is a bonus action to cast on yourself. I can't breathe
Yeah,
it.
however, you can
depends on
only
how you
cast a
One
spell
and a cantrip.
of... Yeah, you can only cast a spell of 1st level or higher once per turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not.
I actually don't know why that is, but
Well, that's just how it. That's the rules for the game.
yeah, no, I mean that's why I don't know.
Mercer changed that in Critical Role.
That's why I don't know
Yeah.
why that is.
I generally
Yeah.
tend to run with more Matt Mercer's ruling on
Well,
that
I'll
one.
let you try it. I'll let you do
Yeah.
it.
Basically, I can't use the breath. It just means that I
Yeah.
now get the action to use the breath. If
That's
I so
fair enough.
desire.
What are you making the breath?
The breath is gonna be. It's gonna be acid.
You like your acid.
It's gonna melt. I'm gonna melt it. It's gonna get melted.
That heartburn, though.
Okay. Good to know. Alright, is that all you can do, Gavin?
Yeah.
Alright. It's actually at the end of its round, which I haven't been doing these, as a legendary action,
Of course it does.
Oh, no.
Oh.
it flings 3 Eldritch Blasts at... I've been nice not using those, even though I've used Circle of Death.
Yeah. It's fair. It's fair.
Gavin on 1.
Sure.
Reroll that. Adam at another. And Ben.
I'm gonna do misdirection, reaction, and make it hit the paladin.
Alright then! Okay, you can do that if you want.
It's what he does. It's what the mastermind
You know what? Fair enough. It's what I'm here for.
He's a lawful evil mastermind. He's
So for
trying to
Gavin,
do that.
I'm not even mad.
that will be a 15.
Miss.
Okay. For Adam.
I didn't even have to
Oh,
shield that.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah. Alright, I'll just let it.
Are you going? Do you have anything like the blood?
Yeah, hold on. Just roll for it.
Alright. That's 22 to hit. If you wanted a reaction to make it a disadvantage, I'll let you do it.
Yeah, fuck it, it's just, yeah, I'll use my, that blood curse. So I'm just going to spell Sunder it, and seeing that magical bolt head towards me, I'm just going to rip it out of the air, so it has, disadvantage on.
Still a 20 to hit though. But
Uh,
none that.
That just hits.
Just hit.
You like managed to redirect it a little bit.
You don't take as much damage.
It does 9 points of damage to you.
Ouch.
Alright.
And for you, nat 20.
Oh, well, that'll hit.
Well, thank God for your armor. It saved you
completely
3
okay
times
about that
tonight.
shit.
Yeah, 2 nat 20s in a row, and then this
9 damage as well. You know, I'm just gonna say that armor. It's as if you have 6th sense going. Oh gee whiz, he's gonna crit me 3 times. I'm gonna have that armor.
I had a feeling that if I didn't take it, I was gonna suffer for it.
I'm not even
Yeah.
mad. That's just perfect for the session.
Anyway,
I
is
took
it
9
obvious that he redirected the attack? Like misdirection?
Probably
No,
not.
it's very, very subtle. Very
So
subtle.
like,
I mean, unless you're like, well, I mean, you're standing like what?
That was 9 damage,
30
you
feet
said?
9
behind
damage.
her.
okay.
And
Guess
now
we're
on
going-
its actual
I
turn,
Mark over just.
it is going to
Yeah, just go, thwoink.
move forward 30 feet. So it's about 10 feet within your range.
Oh, goody.
And what it's
And what
going
about
to do
how
is
far is it with me now? Because I hold my action to.
it would be enough. You can throw the acid.
Yeah, I'll
across
go
it,
for
but-
that. With sneak attack because you're within range.
Yeah.
Yeah. So roll your acid first.
Yep, it's the hit.
Yeah, that'll be a roll hit.
So plus 9.
Yeah.
Wrong dice, but whatever. 11 plus 9.
That's
So-
a 20.
20. That'll hit.
Alright, and then 2d6.
96 damage.
96. I need
Uh,
d6.
Do you want more d6?
Yeah,
I have 1.
I've got.
Alright.
There's 6.
2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Need 1 more. Thank
9.
you.
I should have kept out my other d6.
So I put some of my dice away because I had too many out.
So there's a lot of ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21
21.
points of damage.
Ooh, that's really nice. Well
Alright.
done.
And
Yeah.
And
there's
now-
this one. And yours was
The white and blue one.
No, it's wrong. This.
I have been collecting d6 because I've
Yes.
been playing rogues.
Yeah.
So now what's going to
I
do
should
is
probably
it's
bring
going
my
to
entire
do a
death
slam
side.
attack on you.
Oh, what? It's going to
Oh
slam me?
my god.
As it'll roll to hit.
Okay.
My character's such a dick.
It won't hit you though, because that is only a 17.
You're fine. You'll be fine.
But that's all. I'm pretty sure that's all it can do, because I don't think it has any multi-attack. No, it does not.
It's too bad Lila is not evil, because then that evil elf would actually fit her.
It would.
Well, I imagine Lila like does an evil
Adam.
laugh every time she smacks
Yep,
something
your
evil.
turn.
Alright, hold
That's
on.
like, eat your evil, idiot.
Okay, so how far away am I?
Well, let's see. You moved forward before. I'll say you're within 90 feet of it.
Alright. Yeah, I'm just going to move another 40 feet and just Eldritch Blast it again.
Alrighty. Roll to hit.
Alright. That is 24.
That'll hit.
Alright, 20.
That'll hit. Is that not nat or non-nat?
Non
No,
that.
Okay.
Alright, and that's a 12.
Every one of them will hit except for the last one.
Alright. Okay, that's not bad. That's 14 points of damage.
Nice.
14 points. Really nicely done. So that would be 14 points of, yep. Okay. Force. I just had a mind fart there for a moment.
Also, I didn't use my bonus action.
Yep.
Yep.
So I'll do the help again.
I help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll let you do that.
Yeah, I forgot. I have to keep doing that.
I'll let you retcon it this time.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Mastermind
Yeah,
is new
keep
to me.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was his turn. It's actually his turn now, so
Yeah, now it's your turn.
doesn't particularly matter
Oh, yeah.
anyway.
No, hello. So I'll just do the bonus action
Help.
to Master of Tactics on the Paladin.
Yep.
I'll move closer to the Paladin, so sort of like about
I'd say within 15 feet of her, so you
a
can
bit
get
closer, a bit closer maybe.
10.
Yeah, about 10
You're
feet.
about 20 feet away from the thing now.
Yep, and so not within 5 feet, which is where I want to be. I don't want to be anywhere near that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Throw another vial of
more
acid at
acid, more acid.
Roll to hit. Roll the
Acid! All of it!
Better. That is 17 plus 9.
That'll hit.
Yep. So
Roll your damage.
that'll be 96 again.
Oh, actually, if you
Like-
go 4
Yeah.
and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yep. All right.
and just roll all of those.
Roll the acid.
Acid. So that's
Oh, that's much
We
better.
may as well just like leave those d6 in a pool in the
yeah.
middle.
So
Oh, it's because
5,
I'm gonna need them.
6,
Yeah, that's why I said in a pool in the middle.
11,
11,
15,
12, 15, another
19,
19. That's a 6.
25,
3,
28,
3,
31,
3,
34,
2.
36.
36 points of damage
36.
Ooh.
with acid.
Jeez, that is
Pop more up in here.
painful.
Yep.
Alrighty. It sort of staggers a little bit now, as you notice a few of the maggots seem to start going a bit dead,
6 in there.
but then reform, but it's a bit wobbly.
Yep.
However, as a legendary action, it sees you do this, and it puts 3 Eldritch Blasts straight in your direction.
Not reaction, misdirection again.
You gotta resurrect him straight into the paladin.
I was gonna say, like,
Actually,
are you
not
within 5 feet of me?
It would-
Yeah.
If that's the case,
I have
In
now.
which case, I was gonna impose disadvantage on it anyway.
It decides and then he uses his
yeah,
reaction to miss.
that's fine. 23 to... No, 23. 25 to hit you.
That'll hit.
That'll be a 24.
That'll hit.
And
Wait,
that will be a...
I wonder if I can use
26.
misdirection on it.
That'll also hit.
No.
That's
you
annoying. That would be fun.
It's
though.
another creature other than it
Yeah,
or
yeah,
the target.
yeah,
This is the type of. It's the type of ability that's useful in hordes.
yeah.
Yeah.
25 points of damage slams right into you.
So 25 total?
Yep.
Okay. Ow.
Because any time it tries to attack me, it's misdirection.
That is fine. Jessica
How far away from me is it?
is now 20 feet.
10 feet.
10 feet. 10 feet.
Yeah, because he's 20 feet away from it. You're 10 feet
10.
away from it. So you can just move
I'm
up and
gonna
hit it now.
move up and smack it.
Alright, roll to hit.
Because screw that thing.
And your first one has advantage.
Yep, because of master tactics.
So that's a 24.
That'll hit.
And I'm going to use my second level
Divine Smite.
Divine Smite.
Okay.
So that'll be 5d.
4.
5. Because it.
It's 2 plus 1 for every level above first.
Oh, and then plus 1 for the thing. Yep, no, you're right. Full.
Yeah.
I got confused there for a sec.
How much damage do you do?
Plus my weapon damage.
Which would be another d8.
So 6, 11, 15.
I wonder if this thing
19.
likes thunder.
Probably not.
Oh, we could
24.
try.
You can
24,
try anything.
okay.
First
Try
hit.
everything. It's a terrifying creature.
And then the second one.
Yep.
Just let me mark off that spell slot.
Sure.
The second one, I'll drop a d8
Mm-hmm.
and do it again.
Sure.
Damn it, I keep forgetting. I forgot I had a
that's an
reliable
18.
talent as well.
Hits.
God damn it. I haven't
Dropping the same
played
spell
rogues
slot?
in ages.
No, level 1.
Okay. Roll to hit. Roll damage, I mean.
$15.
15. You are still hurting a great deal as it wobbles a bit. Its form's starting to become a little bit more unstable. But you notice it start to resurface and everything and keeps rebuilding its form.
Oh, I forgot to make my concentration save too.
That's
Ooh, that's not good.
It drops.
It's
Yeah, my spell drops.
7, yeah.
That's okay.
How's your HP
Um,
anyway?
For my bonus action, I'm gonna throw back a potion of greater healing.
Sure, I'll let you do that.
Well, that's what.
Yeah. So it'd be 4d4 plus 4.
Yep.
Eight,
12.
12.
Alrighty. Is that all you're going to do?
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay. Gavin, your turn.
Right.
Yes.
I'm really, really, really pissed off at this thing.
So what are you going to do?
What I'm gonna do is
What it does is it is going to now do something called a reaction, feed on the weakness, and everyone must make you two must make me a saving throw against a Constitution saving throw.
Oh god.
Okay.
Damn it.
Add +4.
Is that me as well?
Yep.
so screwed.
Natural
That's
20.
a natural 20.
Oh,
Nice.
is
So
this
that's-
an aura or just?
This is
Yeah,
a
it's
reaction.
part of my, it's
Reaction.
part of
Yeah,
my
but
aura.
what-
Oh, yeah.
Would you
I
be
get
within
plus 4
range
from my
of
shit.
that aura?
Yeah,
I'm
he's right there.
I'm right near the paladin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Make sure. So am I.
So I can use
Actually.
misdirection and
But are you
avoid
within 20
getting
feet of it,
killed so
though?
quickly.
No,
Then
I
you
wouldn't
don't have
be
to worry
within-
about
I'm within 15 feet of her, but I'm not within 20
So
feet.
yeah, I got a nat 20 on that.
Yep, you're fine.
So that is 16 plus 4, 17, 18, 19, 20,
20,
plus 1,
21.
21.
You pass. You
Okay.
both pass. Nothing happens as you
Oh,
see
thank
these
God.
maggots sort of draw out the floor, start trying to nip at the butts of you, but you just seem to shake it off a
I
bit
step on
and
it.
it retreats.
I
You
was
step
like,
on
I
one
will
for flavour.
squish you
Yeah,
like the
I'll just
bugs
step
you
on
are.
them.
Gavin, what are you going to do?
What am I going to do? That's a very good question.
Anyway, is there one ability scores you don't want it to have?
Good question.
If it's using magic, I would say charisma.
Maybe.
Could be wisdom though.
Yeah.
I think
What I'm
charisma
gonna-
would probably be a good one.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to let out my breath attack
Sure.
as an
No,
action.
We've,
So
we've
what's
already
after
worked out
Dex
necrotic magic does nothing against it, does it?
No.
Nope.
What's the DC?
Psychic also does nothing. DC 18.
It passes.
It'll take half.
Okay.
Acid
Oh,
hurts
magic.
it, at least.
Good enough.
We know that acid hurts it.
Oh yeah.
Never mind then.
That's gonna take 4 points of damage.
Down to 5.
Oh, God.
Acid.
I am just getting like absolute
The dice hate you like they hate me.
just
Wrecked.
yep. Just, it's passing all of my stuff, and like I have like a lot of my spells are like some of them are like save for half, but some of them are save or suck.
It's still
Especially the
It's starting to
disintegrate.
look really shabby though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just need to do something to it that it's not gonna be able to recover from.
More acid.
No.
Is there
no.
anything else you want to do?
Was
Was that an action to brief or bonus
That's
action?
an action to breathe.
You have bonus action or move left.
Well, I'm gonna move so I'm within Paladin's 15 feet of the Paladin. And then...
Because if you get within 5 feet of me,
And
I can,
that's all I can do currently.
Gavin, if you get in 5 feet of me, I can martial tactics you as well.
All
yeah,
right.
actually, I'll do that.
So, is that what you do?
I'd be within 5 feet of you anyway.
Gavin?
So,
Is that
yeah,
what you do?
that's all I can do.
It's its turn. It moves forward, sort of around, so it doesn't get out of your attack's opportunity. And then you see just out of its body this big explosion of maggots crawl across the floor, flies everywhere, covers the lot of you.
Ugh.
I need all of you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, good. Oh, frick, hell, I keep forgetting.
That was not so good.
That was a 24. Thanks, Lila.
Natural
16.
20, so 29.
Are you within Let me check this range.
Gonna hurt me.
You wouldn't be within it though, so you're
Yeah,
fine.
You're okay.
Alright.
But that natural 20 though is spot on.
16.
16.
Luck is on my side tonight.
24.
14. 18. What did you say?
It's a dex save.
So, yeah, it's a dex.
18. So 14, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22.
You both pass. However,
Oh no, 15. Sorry.
you, Jessica, you take. Now I'm just going to use the book. You take 22 points of necrotic damage,
Hub.
and
Halved.
and what you see is, you see yourself being bogged down. You feel heavy, and you can't see.
Oh,
Hey, where did the lights go?
is she blinded? Speed 0 and blinded, or restrained and blinded?
She is blinded and restrained.
Blinded and restrained.
Yeah.
What's the escape DC on that?
I'm not telling you that.
That's pretty big. So, if there's success, do we take half damage?
You just take nothing if you succeed.
Alright.
Yeah, it's a save or suck effect.
Yeah, because I got evasion, so they take no damage. Which I haven't been using either. I have not played rogues in ages.
My damn blood maledict.
That happened.
It's not so bad. It could be worse.
and that's all it can do. However, on the maggot's turn, it just spawned.
Wait. Oh, it spawns extra monsters.
Yay, yummy.
Right. In fact,
Delicious.
Fire.
Burn them all.
green flame.
You take 22 points of necrotic damage.
Wait,
halved.
immediately?
Immediately halved. 11. Immediately on the start of its turn. The maggot's its turn.
Okay.
So I take another 11.
But you can also make the saving throw again.
Okay, so I take from its thing. I take 2 lots of 11.
Yes.
And I get to make the remake.
I'll let you do that now. Yes.
That was worse than before.
It's a fire.
You are
Never
still
mind.
restrained.
I'm actually beginning to look quite injured too.
Are you still like? I
Okay.
can give you a potion.
Alright.
This time, okay.
Yeah,
How
I'm
about-
blinded, so
So how many creatures are there? Is it just 2?
It's just 2.
Cool.
Well, technically 1. I'm just going to make the maggots a sort of a hoarding body.
Okay, that's fair.
However, at the start of it, as a reaction, you'll take 13 points of necrotic damage, and you see a small shield sword start to radiate off it a bit.
so everyone takes another 13.
Just you.
Oh, just me.
Yeah, the ones
Jeez.
infected by the maggots. Yeah,
Is that halved?
that'll be halved.
Yep, so 13 divided 2, which will be 6.
6. Yeah.
So I take another 6. Holy crap! That's like 3 lots of necrotic
That-
damage.
That
in
is
one
a
go.
necessary action though to do that.
Terrifying.
Holy crap!
Yep.
Terrifying.
And now it is Adam's turn.
Okay, now let's end this. Focusing on putting it in the center,
Yep.
I'm going to be casting Cloud of Daggers.
Sure.
Brilliant.
What does it have to do?
Okay. Okay, it doesn't have to do anything. On
Awesome.
the start of its turn, it will be taking damage as long as it's in there.
And would it be also on
Would
the
it
turn you
affect
cast
everybody
it?
else as well? Because we're all
I think he drew.
Okay,
it's in between us 3.
Yeah, it's
If you have it
a
behind it-
5-foot cube.
If you have
It's
it
a fun-
behind it, you'll be fine.
Yeah, no, you could literally just trap it in the
Does
cube.
it also take damage when the spell is first cast as well?
I'm not sure.
I
It
don't-
says when it enters the spell area
It
for
would
the
then.
first
Yes.
time,
Yeah.
or
It would,
when
so
it
roll your
starts its
damage.
turn.
Yep,
Alright.
no, it'll take it
Right.
immediately.
I love that spell, but yeah.
Okay, it takes 14 points of magical slashing damage.
Ooh, yeah, that is hurting it for sure. Is there anything else you're going to do your round?
No. How far away am I from it?
Well, you said you ran up about a good 90 feet and you move forward, so you'll be about... And you moved forward before, so I'll say you're about roughly 30 feet away from it at the moment.
I'll just stay where I am.
Alright. Sorry, my form is all over the side.
That's alright. Well, I mean, it's Ben's turn.
Mhm.
Ben, your turn.
All right. So
It is looking very injured.
So this thing
you
is
see its
right-
form starting to wibble
right
and
in my
wobble and
face.
shake. It's right in your face.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go bonus action to feed the paladin a health potion. Grab
Oh.
the health potion.
Nicely done.
So it's 44 plus 4. So let's grab these. Just slam it down the throat.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 6, 7, 8, 9
9. All right.
Plus 4.
plus 4. So,
So
13.
13,
13.
which is really good.
And then
Thank you.
I'll freaking slash at it with my cane sword.
All right. Roll to hit.
We get sneak attack because you're there.
Yeah,
sneak
you're
attack.
within
Go
5
for
feet,
it.
so...
But she's not incapacitated.
Sneak
so I can
attack,
do
go
it,
Yeah,
for it.
she's restrained, but she's not incapacitated.
So I get advantage on that.
Yeah, you do.
Well, no, you don't
no,
need
you won't.
advantage. You don't need advantage for
Oh,
sneak attack to trigger.
Well, you don't have advantage, but you do
So,
have sneak
yeah.
attack
So you
possibility.
do have sneak attack.
So 28 to hit.
That hits.
So that's
D8 plus
D8
76.
plus 76. Yeah.
So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I grab that one, it's those.
All right. So that
wasn't too bad.
is 3, 9, no 3, 6, 9,
12.
12. Whoops, that was a 4.
16.
16, 17, 18, 19,
20,
20,
24.
25, 26, 27, 28, 29 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Again!
Yes.
Damn it!
Again!
So you still see it sort of, shivering, sort of.
So I'll pretty much
Moving
just,
around,
I'll just say, this is getting boring. Boring.
Boarding.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Boring. And then I'll just jump up at it, slash it, like do like a pirouette, like fencing type fighting, and then leap back, clean the sword by just that, and put it back into the cane, like behind it.
So as you sort of cut it, you see its form destabilize and fall to the ground. Its clothes sort of still spoiling the door, but the flood of maggots sort of starts sit there wriggling and writhing around.
And just for flavour, I just dump all the acid on the maggots.
You severed the queen.
You do that, and the form stops, and gone.
I fucking hate those things.
Spooky thing.
But on,
Creepy gross.
but on the plus side, though, you did manage to kill a DC 16 creature.
CR16. Yeah.
CR 16.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Lich is CR 21 and doesn't
That'd
have a
be
DC that
counted
high.
as a deadly encounter. Maybe just above a deadly encounter.
Definitely was, yes.
You guys did very well.
Alright.
I did
Yeah.
nothing.
So
Literally nothing.
You notice the blood in the chamber sort of start to drain out completely, and it
Um,
becomes much more clear. The corpses that were on the sort of hooks have been, when they explode, all their shards just
They
sort of rotted away.
exploded, like they actually exploded in
Like a rain of
They explode. They explode from all the maggots
Yeah.
because they're all hide
Wait,
inside.
so
of it.
do
so
the maggots
I'm
covering
just-
her leave?
They're all dead.
Yeah, so
I can
I'm
see
just
again.
going to.
You can see again.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm just going to extinguish my crimson rite on my blade, and I'm just going to take a greater healing potion. All right, so that would be how many before?
You do see on the person though. You do see what looks to be
Greater healing.
the
Yeah,
the hood of
Four.
like what seems to be a
44
little
plus four.
notch
Yeah.
of like a key end.
Can I pick that up?
Yes, you can.
And you can plug it into the key because you have the key.
No, he took it
Oh, he
and then
took
he
it.
threw it over his shoulder.
Wait, did you throw away the key?
yeah, it's back at the study.
Right, well, we need to go get the key.
Pick that up.
We need to go get the key then.
We all
She found the
die.
end. She found the end of the key. Okay, so we're gonna make our way back. Oh no! How much do you heal?
Rip.
I healed 12.
Okay, so we're gonna go back and we're gonna go get the key.
Roll me an investigation, see if you can find the key.
I'll help you. If you
Thank
have better
you.
Investigation.
23.
That's enough. You find the key end, which is still blinking, with a bewildered look in its eye, as if it's like, I got thrown. This has never happened before.
I'm gonna plug. I'm gonna plug the.
I'm gonna give you the.
I wish you could have more inspiration, Adam. Jeez. There's been 3 separate occasions.
Alright, so I'm gonna plug
You
the.
should have some.
I'm gonna plug the key
More
end
than
into.
one.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
plug the key end
give
into
you
the
the
key.
end of it, and
You see the sort of tendrils connect and sort of twist to make a seal so it
Yeah, so
doesn't
it's
move.
solid.
And now you have a solid key, which is still blinking and everything.
So we're gonna go the other way towards the big ornate door.
Sure, you go towards the big ornate door.
And I'm guessing the key. There's a keyhole for me to stick the key in.
Well, you see the big ornate door. It sort of has what looks to be tentacles down with this big eye lock that's quite huge. You see it sort of has a spinning mechanism there. It kind of looks like as if it's chained, but these tentacles are sort of holding it in place. See markings of like sort of look squid-like creatures, and it looks green, purple, that sort of thing. And you notice as soon as you walked outside after killing that sort of, maggot mage, you see the walls are starting to bleed and congealed blood sort of rains down. And
Yep. But is there a key holder?
yes, there is.
I'm gonna stick the key in the keyhole and turn the key.
Sure. So you stick it in, you twist it, and you hear this, and it opens and falls down, and you see the door just shoot straight up, and this big black chasm is all you can see.
I feel like we should take a rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So let's take a short rest.
I'm gonna take a short rest and I'm gonna recover some spell slots.
Yeah.
I'm gonna recover
Oh
my
my
3rd level spell slot and my.
If you
2
want to
second-
take a long
15,
rest,
16.
for the sake of the fact that you guys dealt with that really well, I'll let you have it if you want.
I
Yeah,
think a
I'm,
long
I'm
rest would
just
be
gonna
better.
take the long rest.
Long rest would be a lot better.
I'm just warning you now, because
3.
that wasn't
5,
even the
7,
last
7.
encounter.
Yeah, so
We're gonna be
it's
run-
getting a bit late.
So the
Yeah.
question would be, do you want this last encounter, or would people prefer to end it on this high note and leave it a bit mysterious?
It's up to you.
We'll
I'm
leave
fine
it-
With, I'm fine with either way.
Yeah,
Yeah, same.
we will have to skip the Q&A though.
Yeah, we'll
It's up
skip
to
the
people.
Q&A.
Do you want Q&A, or do you want to see the last?
Yeah, so
Right.
get a 5-minute poll, I guess.
9:25.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but how many people have we got online at the moment?
6.
Well, it's up to them.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
guys
up-
want a Q&A
Alright.
at the end this week or no?
Or would
Yeah.
you prefer the last bit? I don't mind
You
doing
could
either.
save your questions for next week and just
Yes.
Yeah.
slam them all
But
at us then.
I have a question to the people who are watching for my my DM tomorrow. Well, next Wednesday.
Yeah.
I was wondering if they'd be interested in all the characters they've seen so far that we've played. I was wondering if they would like to put a poll and see which they would like to play in this one.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like a recurring character thing?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
been
I'll
doing
do
that.
And also, I'll call Graham my Twitter name, and they can send me ideas of monsters that you will face.
Or you guys,
Or he's following you on Twitter.
or you guys can send it to the Gathering of Nerds Twitter, which is at the top of our screen. So
Then
feel
you can
free
see
to
the
go there and
Gathering
visit
Nerds
us.
Twitter. Send it there because then we can collate it all
No?
and then send it. here.
Except
I
for the
can
monster
forward it
part.
on.
Yeah.
The monster part should be to Ben.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what do people want to do? Q&A or last confrontation?
Yeah.
It might be
What
good to
does-
do the last confrontation.
Yeah, what do the comments say?
Nothing so far. Please tell me.
That might be a little bit slow.
And look,
There's a.
Yeah, there is a slight delay because we have
Yeah.
le shit internet.
If no one else pipes up, I say boss fight.
alrighty.
Alright.
So that's what we'll do.
Yeah, we'll do boss fight.
Sorry about that, guys.
No,
Just
it's
we'll have
fine.
to start immediately soon, otherwise we won't have time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or we'll run a bit over 10, which
But
is
yeah,
not a good idea.
let them think about what characters they want my victims to play.
I'll give you a share of the
Oh,
ones I
goodness.
played, and you can put it up on the poll.
I kind
Anywho.
of want to play Lila. Again, I'm enjoying her.
Even ever tweet anything.
Anyway, so
A dare, a share.
you've all had this rest, which is miraculously not, disturbed.
Okay.
So you walk inside, I'm assuming, after this.
After the long rest, yeah.
Yep.
Before we go inside,
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend 10 minutes.
Yep.
And I am gonna cast on linking everyone together with Rary's telepathic bond.
Sure.
You
As
don't
a
want to-
ritual.
Is
don't
that
go in my
concentration?
hand.
Anyway, before
Ow.
you run off without me, I'm going to cast on you. Oh, no, actually, not yet.
Not yet.
I'll cast it. Wait.
They-
Yeah,
Oh,
no, no,
wait
no,
a
no.
minute.
we got a minute.
Yep, but no, Rary's lasts an hour, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I'm very interested to see what they do.
All
Just
right.
trying to interact with the
So,
followers.
what do we see through the door?
Okay, you open up. You all walk through, and then it
I'll be
closes
behind everyone.
with a bang, locking you inside.
I'm
Yeah,
still
but
behind
what
everyone.
did we see through the door?
You saw just a black abyss before, but now what you do see once you're through is you see this big, ever-expanding space, like with sort of purplish on the walls. You see the same tentacle sort of things all lit across the floors if it's made of it. You see purple lights sort of dim across and everything. You see this big circle in the desert, massive in nature, that sort of looks like it leads down somewhere. With a rumble, you see something shoot up, and you see this big, gigantic, purple-looking like slimy creature. Its mouth flaps sort of there.
Okay, now
Mouth
I'm
flaps.
casting it. I'm going to be casting protection from evil and good, targeting aberrations on you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so
I could have cast it on myself, but I'm like, that uses a spell slot.
But also, you know, the room looks like it shimmers greens, reds, and purples as if you're in like some kind of dream.
Oh, goody.
However, when it screeches everything, you see it pause for a moment. It rumbles for a bit, and with this explosion of pus,
Oh,
blood,
yummy.
and everything, you just hear laughter. Though you hear clapping. That happened, and then its head just sort of comes clean off as if it melts and burns. You see in the dead center just one lone figure, sort of very shaded looking, sort of clapping
Yeah.
a few times, and usually,
Of course
and
it is.
and they go. Sorry, I had something specifically here. Well, it seems our little game is reaching its final climax. I'll be honest, I didn't expect to see you all make it this far, not with all the creepy crawlies that were waiting for you. You even managed to destroy that little surprise I had for you. Imagine that. Now, as you can see, you are completely at my mercy here. As much as I'd love to let you leave, you have all seen far too much.
Before combat, I'm going to go Insight and Manipulate on this son of a bitch.
What are you trying to do?
See how smart he is and who the fuck he is.
Oh!
It's the 1 minute study, everyone.
And,
Yeah.
and
Before combat.
I'll just do this beforehand. You won't get a name off it, but what you do know is what stat...
It's
particular-
intelligence.
20.
Okay.
And one other stat, if you want, or one other thing.
Class levels.
Yeah, go class.
20 and over.
Great.
So, yeah, superior in both regards.
So I'm going to...
I know exactly who it is. But
So I'm going to say, well, I'll pipe up and say, well, fighting is so dirty. And you look like a fine gentleman who is more about intrigue and manipulation. Some of my own heart.
He sort of stops, walks down from the corpse of this big thing. You see his hood come up, and you see this leathery looking sort of... What you can notice would be... not beholder. Illithid's face, Mind Flayer's sort of mask made, sort of, you know, tanned and everything right there. Sort of as a mask. With sort of these, like, clear, open, like, sort of goggles. And he goes, "Really now? What makes you say that?"
Well, the mere experience you put us through. Quite a clever trick you have there.
Clever, but it still would be more entertaining if you're all to die.
Well, how about we have a game of Dragon Chess instead?
You know what? Roll me persuasion.
Fine.
I'm not above seeing what you're going to do with this.
So that is 22.
Tell you what, we'll play. If I win, it'll be instantly your head on my wall. And then all the rest of these ones will have to face them without your help. Or B, we forego the dragon chess and we'll go to the regular appointed scheduled program.
Well, if I win, you'll let me go.
It's just like, I will kill you before you get to start
You
that
know
game of
what?
Dragon Chess.
I like the cut of your jib. Why not? Let's give it a go.
Alright.
This guy reminds me awfully of my uncle.
Your
That's
uncle.
throwback.
Your uncle.
Yeah, my uncle. He's a little bit crazy.
If this is reminding you of your uncle, he's a lot crazy.
No.
Anyway, I don't think this is a wise idea.
27. What'd you get?
I got 25.
He just manages to beat you and be like, checkmate.
Who's your uncle?
Is
Out
that
of
it?
3?
Well, we'll see, because I'm not sure who this guy is, but I
Alright.
think it might be him, and I'm not sure.
So that was
Think what you want.
26 on my part with a natural 20.
You beat him with that one quite easily. He seems very impressed and goes, "You know what? Let's not play another one. I'll adhere to my agreement and you're free to go."
And I will leave the party and go behind whoever this creature is and just go into the thing and just go hide. So I know I'm gonna be killed.
Really?
I have a thing. Tell me, how far am I away?
How far are you away from him? Depends how close you got to watch this game of Dragon Chess.
Very close.
He won fair and square.
You'll
He
be
can
within about 10 feet of him.
Cool.
Yeah?
Wonderful.
Yeah?
I'm just asking for now.
He
He
goes,
won, but he also lost.
He won a game, but he also lost a game.
now.
My character is lawful evil. What do you expect?
Oh, of course he is.
So I got
I'll
18
do
on my
it that
stealth.
way. Now, is there some other way you could convince me here? I'm doing this because we're just getting short on time. To let you all go, because this has all been very interesting.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, I did have something that I could have done that would have technically done a lot of damage, and I mean a lot of damage.
You know, you can give it a go if you want. He's not expecting. Well, he's expecting it, but he's not going to defend at the moment.
So, I'm gonna jump on my. I have a broom of flying.
Yep.
And I'm gonna jump on the broom of flying.
He sort of raises his what would be an eyebrow.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna say the command word, and I'm gonna.
While he's distracting the elephant, I'm going to just walk to Paladin and just whisper in. I'll just whisper in common. Can I sense if this creature is undead?
I'd like to use my divine sense.
He's not. It's not undead. It's not. It's not a fiend. It's not a celestial. Obviously. All you do feel is immense arcane magic coming off this thing.
He's powerful in magic.
So.
In fact, you get the fact that he's not an illithid as well. That's just a mask he made out of maybe something he found along the way after tanning it.
Yep. So
So it's obviously not her uncle then.
So I'm gonna. So
I have
I'm
a
gonna.
plan.
I'm gonna. This broom has a speed of 50 feet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly 40 feet up.
Yep.
And 10 feet across.
Mhm.
So I'm directly above him.
Sure.
I'm going to grab my bag of holding.
Okay.
I'm gonna open it, and as an action, I'm going to dump all of the contents onto him.
Oh no!
Do you want to know what's in my
Oh.
bag of holding?
What's in your bag of holding?
40 vials each of acid and alchemist's fire. I spent my money on it. That's where 90% of my money went.
Holy shit.
So he raises an eyebrow and he notices that he won't do anything about it, but his form becomes shadowy and wispy. Roll me a damage of what you think you'd do with this.
Well, okay. I'm gonna use the dice
The
roller
dice
because I'm
roller.
gonna need to.
That's...
uh,
Don't worry, I have a plan. It's all
I thought
part
you
of my
did.
plan.
Creative parties, everybody.
Yeah. This is all part of my plan. I thought well and truly for what this is going to, how this is going to end for this character.
That's 372
Jesus.
points of damage.
oh,
As it just
crap.
rains vials. As you're just
Wow.
screaming in
So
this
how
mix.
much was it?
300
300 and... I want to just pull that back up.
He's still alive.
It was two,
That is
82,
horrifying.
300 and...
285 plus 88.
You and your freaking
373 points of damage as she screams in this mixture of pure, unadulterated rage. And there's a half of a maniacal cackle in there as well.
Wow.
As she just pours all of this stuff.
He's still living.
Of course he is.
Because he's in a shadowy form, it takes some of the damage, but it sort of doesn't flinch. It's only until about the business end that he starts to sort of look like it's crumpling a bit.
Well, he's also on fire. Very on fire.
You notice the form sort of whip back, and it's no longer with his shadowy form, and now it's his solid one. He sits there and looks at you and goes, I find you very annoying.
Oh,
Well, guess what? We all find you very annoying. Now, we can either duke this out, or you can just let us go. This is your option.
I go for option
Oh,
C.
I'm just going to, while he's distracted, Mage Hand, rip off the mask.
Rip off the mask.
Yep.
All right, roll me a sleight of hand,
Yeah.
which I think is fair enough.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I would like
Should be
to
good at it.
misdirection that.
That's
Oh,
a 20.
yes.
You rip it off, and what you see is sort of underwards, sort of at the point, because you sort of notice that there's actually sort of a black cloth across it. But what you can tell is a very angular-like shape of a face,
Another mask.
long sort of,
Under this mask is
long
another
sort
mask.
of black, a little bit of blackish hair. What you think is blackish hair there as well, and essentially you can't sort of gather much more from it before he picks back and goes, "I find you all very annoying."
Hey,
Well, you
I-
got your
Not me.
options.
I was
rip
fun.
off the mask, I wasn't just going to grab it and jump it on the floor. I was just ripping it away from him.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Well, you notice that there's still cloth and everything, but the two eyes you notice this time, though, you see sort of these black pupils with really white, kind of
I made a
milky
friend.
white kind of eyes.
Okay.
What are you even?
He says, "I'm this." He sort of sits there and goes, "I'm merely just a man." And,
Bullshit.
and with that, he clicks his fingers as he sort of jumps away, clicks his fingers, and everyone sees this massive, big black circle encompass again.
I'm actually not bothered by this. It doesn't hit me.
You sort of notice that everything sort of shimmers and quakes, and then suddenly you all sort of wake up with a start. As if, you all were sleeping. All of you are sort of on the floor where you were before, sort of, passed out. You're in your bed, and you sort of look around, you notice the tavern you were in before now looks to be ruined, decayed, and everything, and the town itself looks very barren and dead. You hear in your head, "Always watching." And then basically, that's the end of the night.
Okay.
Ah.
Do we actually lose any gear that we spent? If that was what I'm thinking it was,
Lose any gear you spent.
considering that was, I'm gonna guess that was a dream sequence. That was all a dream sequence.
It's a nightmare.
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream.
I'm not going to answer that. You don't know.
Inception.
Because if so, I'm gonna spend if so afterwards, I'd spend all that time remaking my my alchemist fire and my acid.
Of course you would.
Costing you a fortune.
Yeah, pretty
Actually,
much.
no. Because making those things, I can make a vial of one of those at half price, costing me 2 hours.
Now, I'm sorry if that didn't seem very terrifying, but when you have a resourceful group like this, it's hard to do for.
Alright,
What's the time?
yeah.
Time is 9:42.
Yeah.
Well, if we want to do Q&A, we've got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We got about 20
Yeah.
minutes. So if anyone has any quick questions, we'll answer.
But by the fact it wasn't terrifying, did anyone enjoy tonight?
It was
Was
great.
I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah,
That was
I had
fun.
fun.
but
No,
no.
that lava mage was terrifying.
Yeah, the lava. Yeah, the
Yeah, for a
lava
second
mage
there I
with
thought I was actually
the
gonna die.
bullshit DC
It
23.
has, and I will.
You guys are almost in hot water.
We
I'll read
almost
this out to you
were.
right now. Its spell save DC is 16 plus 8.
Wait, 16 plus 8. How do you?
Right there, Gavin. Spell save DC of 16.
Oh no, plus 8 to hit with spell attacks. Spell save DC 16.
Whoops, my bad.
Oh well.
That's what I was gonna be like. It has a higher spell save DC than a lich.
that
That's five
DC.
se-
That's great. We survived.
You survived an overpowered lava lit.
Yeah.
Are we doing Q&A?
Yep.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
So if
But-
you have any questions,
but
feel free to
still-
ask us. We'll
Bar
answer
that-
a few before we go off.
Just-
That's not
Bar
mine.
that-
Yes, it is.
If you had to
No,
Oh,
it's
no,
not.
that's
That's
centaur,
fine.
what would you choose your lower half to be?
Wait,
Wow.
what?
Wait,
What?
what?
A centaur.
A
If you
centaur.
had to become a centaur,
Oh,
what
sorry.
would your lower half be?
A horse, of course.
A horse, of
Well,
course.
that's kind of what a centaur is.
Yeah.
It's a horse.
I'm thinking.
Then you'd be a mermaid, not a centaur.
Still counts.
I'm thinking if you were supposed to be like half person, half animal, what would your animal have?
Right.
Does it have to be a real animal?
It
Half
Unicorn.
dragon.
is this.
Yes.
Yeah. No, if it wasn't a real animal, it would be dragon would probably.
But
Half dragon. Can you
Yeah.
just imagine it from the
Yeah.
waist down? You're a dragon.
Oh no, I'd make the top half dragon.
That
If
puts
it-
a
if
whole
it-
different
If
spin
it
to
was
my
a
tyrant
real,
Wow.
if it was a real, like it has to be a real animal, lion, and top half, not bottom half, top half.
Tiger.
If it was the bomb half, like I'm assuming that what the question was meant to be.
Yeah.
I
I'll
would
probably go with Panther.
Oh my god. What sleeping position would you use as that animal?
Wow.
Oh my god, centipede!
Oh,
You know
no.
what?
I just go
Hell
with
yes.
I just go with the classic one, doggy style.
Not
That's
that
not, that's
kind of
That's not.
Sleeping position.
I don't know.
Oh wow.
Spider.
That one just went from M to an
Skip.
R.
Spider.
No, we went from.
I misread
We went from.
I
M-
misread the question.
We went from
Spider or
M15
scorpion?
to NC17 in a matter of 2 seconds.
And for my sleeping
Like,
position,
I'd agree with you, but not that kind of.
Well, it wasn't very.
Not
I apologize.
Yeah,
probably
no,
butt up.
no, that's not what.
Wait, if you-
Next question, please.
Next question.
let's
Yes, please.
yeah. Let's just get back from that train wreck.
to be fair, I said scorpions, so that'd be the only way you could sleep, really. Anywho, continuing on.
Well, I mean, they're insects.
Do we have another question?
Any more questions?
Yeah, they won't.
Any more questions?
Under the sea.
Oh no.
The sea.
Oh, this is so bad. Alright, well, if nobody has any more questions.
Wait. Two. What's the funniest incident you rolled a nat 1?
Um,
I don't remember.
there have been so many times with aura that I can't even.
You can't even.
Hmm.
I want to be
Um,
where the people are.
Like, actually,
Sitting at
can't do that.
tables.
Pretty much any time I roll a nat 1 generally tends to kill me in some way or another.
That's the same
So,
with me. They just
like-
die.
That has never happened to me.
Or it puts me in a very compromising position, or my character in a very compromising position.
I tried to at one point scream at an object and to try to make it tell me its secrets. I rolled on that
You
one.
got scared of a hole.
Oh, that's right. I was playing a dragonborn sorcerer, draconic ancestry, of course, and
Or
I
his
rolled.
old son.
I rolled to intimidate a hole. The hole intimidated my sorcerer.
Wow.
This is a character that had 20 charisma as well, so yeah.
This was my first time
He's
ever
usually
playing
not
with these
intimidated by holds
people.
of any kind, but this
Yes. This is actually the older sibling of the character that I was playing tonight.
Yes, it was
so-
regret.
Anyway.
Oh,
what
the other one
other-
is,
Yeah.
what is your favorite character in the one-shots so far?
Ooh. This would be
Butler.
biased, honestly, in my end. If it's one that has to involve me, when we played The Brothers was amazing.
Yeah, that was great.
Although, if we're picking another one, I'd say your Butler is also
I
fantastic.
loved the butler. I want a butler.
Honestly,
But not like you as a butler, because that would be weird.
My
because
favourite
my
one that
ideas
I've-
of a butler are very different.
Talia.
the one that I've played with the, is
Diggy
my
the Hole.
favorite would actually probably be tonight's character, Lila. I really got a kick out of her. My favorite character overall, I think I'm actually gonna have to say Gavin's gnomes come in at a tie. I think
The pyromaniac and the
How did I not?
and the crazy alchemist diviner.
Yeah, I've got to say
Okay.
I had a lot of fun with this character.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
So, I think for me, playing a character out of the one shots, it'll probably have to be Julian. He was fantastic.
yeah.
Although I also did like the gunslinger I played last week as
Yeah.
well. That was fun. But no, I want to bring that pair back at some point. It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Yeah, so
maybe next
And
week actually.
one I was playing with, out of like everyone else here, I'll have to go with Emma's Barbarian when I was doing the death
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
oh,
That was great.
So favorite character that I've played. Honestly, I'm actually not gonna lie. When I played the Vanquisher, my zealot, I really enjoyed that. Character that I've seen someone else play. This is actually gonna be one from out of left field, but it's actually a tie between Emma's Barbarian from your one shot when you did Death, and when she played in your one shot where you did the The first one. I believe it was fire. Yeah, fire.
No,
that was mine.
mine was mountains.
Mountain. Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
when she was playing her
the
bow in the
Aarakocra.
north.
No,
I think it was the
Actually, no.
Aarakocra.
Yeah, no, E. Her
E.
Aarakocra.
Oh,
Then
well, I
E.
wasn't there, so.
No, you weren't there at all. Well, no, I'd have to say those are my two. And then, for my own characters, after that, the gnomes are tied.
The gnomes are gorgeous.
Yeah.
The gnomes are just...
What's your favorite familiar form to have?
Pseudo dragon.
Of course.
I love
Yeah.
pseudo
Yeah,
dragons.
pseudo dragon or sprite.
well, I mean, pseudo dragon's probably like the strongest one, but
Yeah.
it
I like
gives
the-
you magic resistance.
Outside of the warlock familiars, maybe I find a raven as fun.
If we go like an imp, imps are fun. And yeah, I'll go with you with raven as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just as
I
long as
don't
they're not
normally.
inputted.
I don't normally play things that require familiars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So, any other questions?
Looks expectantly.
While we're waiting for more questions.
Anything.
While we're waiting for more questions, if you guys would like to see us play another character again that you guys have seen so far, let us know who your favorite character is, and we might be able to play it in another one shot.
That's what I was doing with my one. Like,
yeah.
you guys,
Just let us know. Send us a message on Twitch or not Twitch. Well, yeah, no. Send us a message on Twitch or
I'm gonna knows Twitter for the characters.
get in contact with us on Twitter, and we'll basically do a tally up and see what
and
everybody likes.
I'll send you my. I'll get you the my Twitter account so I can send you the ideas for most things.
I seriously do just
I'll
follow you on
send-
Twitter.
I send what I'll do is I'll put down the characters that
I'm
I
pretty
haven't
sure it's your account.
already played
It
before.
says Ben Martin.
Because I've
Check.
already played a couple of my characters twice. So
You're
it'd
an
be my
all-star.
so it'd be my
Get paid.
Yeah, I'll put,
roadblock, my
if the whole group sends me a list of their characters that they've played so far in one shots, and I'll throw them up.
Yeah.
Except for you because you'll be DMing it.
Yeah.
No.
And I'll pop them up.
No,
on
they
the-
can put me up for the next one shot. I'll play that one for them.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, including bands. I'll put up a list, probably on Twitter, and you guys can go through and review and see who your favorite character was.
It's
I
not
get-
like you could also do that during the one shots.
I get the feeling that this is going to be me needing to drink a bunch of Red Bulls because I got the sinking suspicion I'm going to get either Alistair
to you.
from last week or not Julie,
All right.
or Lumen Sage.
Alright.
Thank you for joining us all
Yeah.
tonight.
Alright. Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah, you
Have
guys
a good evening.
You guys have
Yep,
a
that's
good evening.
me.
And we'll see you next week.
Alright, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.